Community dealer Bill Bird Kia.
PCB Hobby, the beach's premier hobby store for sports cards, comics, coins, and trading card games. PCB Hobby carries the largest selection of boxes and packs from the latest releases of brands like Topps, Panini, Leaf, and more. Looking for a specific player or team? PCB Hobby has a wide assortment of raw and graded cards. They carry parallel rookie, game used, and autographed cards in both modern and vintage. Have a collection you want to sell? We buy, sell, and trade. PCB Hobby on Back Beach Road, just east of Florida Linen. Call 850-320-8388.
Ben and Deb Collins, owners of Bay Guns and Gear, have been in business since 2010, offering new firearms and accessories with a huge selection available for your hunting needs and personal defense. Turn to Bay Guns and Gear. They have the weapon for you. Discount pricing. And if you can't find what you're looking for, they'll special order it for you. Bay Guns and Gear, across from Grease Pro at 3115 Highway 77. Visit their website, baygunsandgear.com.
Turf Pro Lawn and Pest Control. They take pride in caring for their customers' property by providing lawn and whole house pest control. Whether you have roaches or any other unwanted bugs in your home, Turf Pro has you covered. Or if your lawn needs weed control, fertilize, insect control, Turf Pro has you covered by providing custom treatments to meet your property's needs. No property is the same, so why should it be treated that way? Turf Pro, where the blue and yellow trucks make your lawn green. Call 850-890-5820.
Hi, I'm Bobby Likas with another Car Clinic Minute. I didn't mean to. You've probably heard this defense from your vase-breaking child, but when I come back, we'll judge why this excuse won't work for you. Kids are bound to have accidents, but when parents have them, the penalty could be much higher. Because unintentional injury is the #1 killer of kids, and a car crash, the most common unintentional injury-related death, become an expert witness in how to avoid this crime. Drive your browser to www.safekids.org, which shares safety data and recalls, offers seat inspection locations, and answers questions like, why replace child safety seats after a crash? Or, what are the top tethers for? In any case, the jury's not out on this one. Ignorance is no excuse for endangering a child's life. I'm Bobby Likas. Like us, you'll love us.
The Panhandle's destination for live play-by-play.
With GSX Lynn Haven, WVLQ Port St. John, ESPN Northwest Florida. It's the next evolution of sports talk radio. The biggest stories and the biggest reactions.
Now.
And now, we're taking...
With the first pick.
This is the last ball you got to bat. The Inside Drive. From college to the pros. Interviews with the newsmakers, sports betting, your phone calls, and more. And now, The Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey. Broadcasting from the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine Outdoor Studios on ESPN Northwest Florida.
And it is Thursday morning here in Bay County, the Florida Panhandle. You're listening to the Inside Drive. I'm Ryan Mulvey, joined by our Director of Instruction out there at Bay Point Golf Club, Jay Henley.
Yes, sir.
4 days in a row, and you remember today that it started at 11.
I know.
So, super proud.
4 for 4.
Let's call it 3.5 for 4.
Okay, I got
you. Weren't here on time yesterday. I know you had some bank stuff that you had to do and all this.
So I'm batting 800. Let's don't call it 750. I'm batting
800 strong.
That is strong.
I'll take 800 all day. That's for sure.
Better than Acuna in his last 11 games.
There you go.
There you go. Absolutely. Yeah. How's your daughter doing okay? I know she had some toenail excitement.
Yes. Good gosh. I mean, do you want to see pictures of it?
Probably not.
Okay.
I don't do great with that kind of stuff.
Yeah, she had 2 ingrown toenails and had to go to the doctor and get those removed with 12 shots yesterday. So she called me yesterday about 3 o'clock and, she's doing better this morning.
Excellent.
She was told to keep her toes higher than her head.
It's the first day of school?
She's at homeschooled.
Oh, yeah.
So that's good.
Good.
But
keep your toes higher than your head?
Keep your toes higher than your head.
Even when you're walking?
Yeah, I don't know if that would be pretty tough.
That would be tough. Yeah.
Right.
Just walking around on your hands.
Yeah.
But when you told me about that yesterday, I was like, it sounds... Even if it's numbed up,
I know.
I'm still like, no, I'm good.
I'm cringing just thinking about it. And fortunately, I've never had any toenail issues per se, but it just cringes just thinking about it. But,
it sounds terrible.
We're already talking about toenails a minute in. in.
Hey,
It's,
we're like 3 minutes
or
in.
3 minutes in, yeah.
No, it's 11:02. I'll give you 2 minutes. David fixed the clock, though.
Oh, cool.
No, he didn't. It looks like it's back on time.
Apparently that thing like works by the sun or whatever.
Oh, it's a sundial? It's pretty shady in here.
Right.
I guess it just changes time when
Or
it wants
solar.
to.
But
Oh, it's a solar.
Sun, what's the difference?
Yeah, something. I don't know. But it's not outside. Has it got like something going through the wall or something like that?
I ain't make it.
Doesn't have a AA battery in it?
It does.
Okay, so it's not solar.
No, like I'd have to like read the instructions or whatever. But whenever Randy first got the clock, like literally, it sets itself on its own.
Oh,
Suppose like there's a dial on the back where you can do it manually, or you can just
so it like syncs up. Yeah, it's a smart.
solar syncer.
It's a smart clock.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But I was thinking about bringing Max Risch into the studio next week, and I think we need to quiz a sixth grader on what that particular object is and how it works.
Nah.
Do you think he knows?
I think he would know.
You think so? Okay.
Where's he go to school?
Holy Nativity.
Okay,
Yeah,
he knows.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if that's
Lee
still...
Market. They know that kind of stuff.
Okay, I got you.
But you, on the other hand,
Yeah, do you?
what time does that clock currently say?
11:04.
Good job.
Okay. All right.
Because it's synced up again.
Yes.
I just learned so much about this clock just right now.
It's crazy.
How's things in your world besides the toenail issue?
Good. I mean, the kids are back at school.
Today's the first day?
Yep. My son's at Bozeman, and he's in 7th grade.
Nice.
So, this was, I think he was a little more confident going into today just because, this is a new, same territory as last year.
Yeah.
We're back into a routine. I guess,
Routine
if you
is
wanna call
good.
It. Yes.
Makes things a little bit simpler, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But as always, we are sitting inside the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine and Outdoor Studios. You can find them over there, 2251 West 23rd Street. Just look from that giant American flag and you see all those HD trucks and all that beautiful stuff. We were talking to Chris a little bit last night. He was over there at the, I don't want to call it a Skeeter convention but that's probabably about what it was.
A dealer meeting.
Yeah, a dealer meeting with the because they are now a Skeeter boat dealer.
Right.
And he was saying it was awesome. You guys were talking some shop a little bit.
Yeah.
And apparently the pedals for the Skeeter boats are on the floor.
That's amazing, right? Yeah. That's...
The throttle on the Skeeter boats is a pedal on the floor.
Right.
Not your traditional hand throttle.
Yeah.
That's fun facts.
I did not know.
Learning stuff every day. But go check them out. Trade values are still super high. You can always buy those tires at costs, unlike that yellow stored place on 98 across from Legacy. I'm getting more and more detail as time goes on with this.
Getting specific.
I felt like something happened.
Really?
To me.
Yeah.
Like my pride and my emotions.
Really?
Yeah.
What happened?
They charged me way too much to get that tire fixed.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I get it.
Look, if they want to sponsor the show, I'll completely change my tune. So
Right,
it's the best tire I ever got.
You probably would have got a better deal though had they been sponsored.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Did you just get it plugged? You didn't get it
No,
plugged.
I had to get a whole new
You had to get a
tire.
whole new tire.
The 22s, baby.
Oh, that's right.
And they sent the wrong one in first, so I had to wait an
Please
extra
tell me that the under was 500.
It was the under.
Okay.
But not much.
All right.
Not much.
Gotcha. All right.
I misread David's head bob there. I thought he was,
I was gonna say something, but
that's how I feel most of the
for one tire.
I know. It's crazy.
That's what you get for rolling on dubs, Ryan. Rolling on dubs.
Those are bigger than dubs. You said 22s?
It's a 2014 with the dubs, though.
Oh,
it's not even a new car.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But it is what, an Infinity?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But come on.
Which tire did you get? Because normally they got like the low grade, mid grade, and then the.
I think I went with the mid.
Oh wow.
Yeah. No, I don't know.
Man, this Carfax thing is. This Carfax thing is insane. I have not had I'm typically good about getting tire rotations every...
You called me out yesterday from my lack of oil change.
The tire rotation's a little bit safer to go on.
Come on.
Yeah, the tire rotations, I'm lacking on that. And
the oil
however...
is the blood of your car.
Yeah, it's just dirty blood, that's all.
I get an email from Carfax yesterday that says, hey, look, you're doing great with everything, but you need your tires rotated. And I'm
Why is Carfax emailing you?
I don't know. That's insane.
What'd you sign up for?
I don't know.
You have no idea you signed up for.
Carfax knows that I have not rotated my tires in the last 3,000 miles, and that's amazing to me.
You got to rotate your tires every 3,000 miles?
Oh, yeah.
That seems a little excessive.
Well, not 3, maybe 6. Maybe 6, yeah.
I know you're supposed to get your oil changed like every 3 or 4.
Right. And you said that you're at 10?
Something like that.
There you go.
I'd have to go look at the exact number.
I would imagine that you're using synthetic
No, it's
oil,
not.
though.
Yeah, it's definitely
so
synthetic.
3,000 is more like 5 to 6.
Yeah.
But then it depends on the mechanic you're asking.
Yeah.
Some of them be like, don't even go 3,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clear.
Oh, yeah, you got to keep that money flowing.
You going to wait till the black smoke?
No.
No. I got you.
No, hopefully the manifold will stay intact. But no, we're getting there.
Yeah,
we're getting there. What do you want to? Got a couple interesting stories. What do you want to talk about first? You want to talk about Lorenzen's no, or you want to talk about Phil's betting?
I'm intrigued about Phil's betting because I mean,
let's jump right into it. So he's been notorious for being a big-time gambler, but he's been there's this book that's kind of coming out from a gentleman. I think his last name is Walker. It's called his book's called Gambler: The Secrets from a Life of Risk. This guy Billy Walters is his name, and it's his book, but he's known as one of the best gamblers like in the history of time in sports betting. So he was kind of involved with Phil Mickelson a little bit, but it comes out with some pretty reliable sources that he bet more than $1 billion on football, basketball, and baseball over the last 3 decades. $1 billion. And then they say he's lost $100 million gambling. So if he's bet $1 billion and he's only lost, only lost $100 million, what did he do with all that other money?
No kidding.
Yeah. But anyway, one of the interesting things is he even attempted to place a $400,000 wager on Team USA on the 2012 Ryder Cup, which he was obviously a participant of as well. He called his guy, wanted to place the bet. The guy said, "Are you know what crazy?" He said, "I'm not placing that," because he's obviously playing on the Ryder Cup team, and the guy doesn't know if he actually went and made that wager with somebody else.
Right.
But over a period of time from 2010 to 2014, Phil made 858 bets of $220,000 and 1,115 bets of $110,000. Losses of about $1 million, like I said, but bet more than over $1 billion over the past 3 decades. And then Walters goes on to write, he's the only other person I know that the only other person he knows that surpassed that kind of volume is him.
Wow.
I want to read this book. It sounds pretty awesome.
Do you think he's got a gambling problem, or do you think, if you just have that kind of money, do you just, whatever, but,
I don't know. And Phil's done a lot with his charities and stuff like that, too, but he was always known to be a big-time gambler, especially, like, in practice rounds and stuff like that, but then the more and more stuff comes out that, he was just dropping some serious big-time wagers and lost, $100 million doing all that.
It just makes you wonder, like, at what point do you feel like you have a problem? It's like in Caddyshack when they're betting if the kid's going to eat the booger or not. Is that a gambling problem? I don't know.
What's the definition of a problem?
Yeah, I don't know.
Me neither.
I don't know. But
probably something that you can't stop.
True.
Well, that would be an addiction.
Yeah, that would be.
Well, and a problem is an addiction.
But if you had billions of dollars, like, would you?
If I had billions of dollars?
Yeah,
I'd gamble like crazy.
Would you? Yeah.
But, if I had $10 million, I'd probably just gamble a little more aggressively than I currently do.
Right.
I say that.
Yeah.
You hit one big hit, and then you're like, all right, let's keep this going.
Let's keep it going.
That's right.
Yeah.
You going to read us the definition of a problem?
A matter or situation regarded as unwelcome or harmful and needing to be dealt with and overcome. Use it in a sentence, they have financial problems. That's literally what Google says.
There you go. Searched it up.
Yeah.
But yeah, his struggles kind of came to light back in 2015. You remember he got in trouble with a money laundering case that he revealed that he transferred $3 million to an intermediary that had something to do with the gamble. And then he also revealed he had been linked in court to an alleged mob bookie in a 2007 trial. So, he signed the deal with the Live Tour for about $200 million. So, he made $96.6 million in his career on the PGA Tour just from on-course earnings. So almost $100 million just on the PGA Tour. So it's like a wash.
Yeah. Yeah. Jeez.
Do you think it makes the legend of Phil Mickelson like how do you think people will view him differently because of this volume of stuff, or you think people are gonna be like, oh man, Phil, he was dropping some serious money?
I mean, he comes across as like such a great guy.
He's not,
right. I mean, I think if you unpeel the banana, I think there's a little bit more of a side that we're not seeing. You know, I don't know. That's. I've never been, obviously being a big Tiger Woods fan, it was either your Tiger Woods or Phil Mickelson. I was a big Tiger Woods fan, so I was always rooting against Phil.
Yeah.
You know,
do you condone infidelity, or do you condone gambling?
Well, here we go.
You know, I'm trying to give Keith the bat signal to call in because he's one of those stereotypical Tiger lovers.
He did call in, but I couldn't hear him. So.
Oh, Keith.
Okay, I got you.
Come on.
Dang, is Alan calling in from Vegas?
From Vegas? I don't know. I think he's on a 3-day bender.
He is.
Literally.
Yeah.
But he's doing well. He signed up for the contest, so
cool.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Keith, we heard you call. You called in, but we couldn't hear you when you picked, or David couldn't hear you when you picked up the phone. But yeah, I mean, Phil Mickelson, it was always known as like the crowd favorite because of the way he played to the crowd and all that. But the guys on tour hated him.
Yeah,
and I think because he was just a big time a-hole.
Or he was taking everybody's money on Monday. You know, he had the big Monday.
Oh yeah, the Monday money game.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, what's your kind of like thoughts on the fact that, I mean,
it's his money.
It's his money.
Yeah, if he wants to gamble it away, do it.
Yeah,
I don't care.
Yeah. I'm just glad to see that Boo Weekley is 50 years old now.
Yeah, Champions Tour.
And he is on the Champions Tour, and guys, watch out because the guy still hits at 330.
Oh, yeah.
330 yards.
I remember we were at the Tour Championship many years ago. I went with my dad. We were walking down. That was before they flipped it. So that would have been 17 at the time, the one that ran all the way down the water on the left.
Yeah.
And Boo Weekley hit one over to the right, and we were standing there. He's just hilarious.
He is hilarious.
He's just a good old, like you say, good old Georgia boy, right?
Yeah, went to ABAC and actually played golf at ABAC for maybe a year or two. I'm not sure.
What's ABAC?
Abraham Baldwin Agricultural College.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's where a lot of your, green superintendents come out of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Gotcha.
The Tift Eagle, Tift Dwarf Bermuda comes right out of Tifton, Georgia.
Yeah.
There you go.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tiff Eagle, Tiff Dwarf. Well, Tiff Dwarf isn't. I don't know if they're really doing Tiff Dwarf anymore, but
yeah, 429,
419 Bermuda. Yep.
419 Bermuda.
Yep. There's a big place up too it's in Adel, Georgia.
That's where I'm from.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, you got
Pike Creek.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, a couple of cousins, and
that's where we get all our. That's where we get our turf from.
There you go.
That's where we got our sprigs from. That's when we renovated Camp Creek. We got all our platinum paspalum up there from Pike Creek.
Yeah,
really cool place. If you like grass,
for sure.
Yeah,
and I mean everybody likes
not that kind of grass, Jay.
But the soil, I mean, there is so dark and so. I mean, it's like man,
is it loamy?
It's loamy. Yes, it's very.
You got
loamy.
what? Clay, sand, and loam.
Yeah.
All those three things. I'm jealous of David eating those sunflower seeds back there. I love sunflower seeds.
Good boy, dill pickle.
But yeah, I mean, fresh tomatoes, fresh cucumber, fresh okra, fresh watermelon, fresh corn. You got all that, man. It is so good just right out of the garden or right out of the field. I mean, it's so good.
Bring it down.
Good. Yeah, let's go.
Next time you go up, bring it down.
I will.
Hungry.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
What'd you think of Lorenzen's no-no yesterday? 14th in Philly history.
Wow.
And it was only his second game starting for the Phillies, I believe, since he came over.
Okay.
You know, his first complete game, 124 pitches, most he's pitched, and hit, I think it was 4 hit, no hit, or 4 walk, no hitter.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. Might have been 4 or 5. But anyway.
There you go, man. Those don't happen very often. I mean, we've done those stats before, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that I can't remember the numbers, but yeah, good for him. Yeah, that's great.
Definitely. Yeah, getting the Phillies that little pop that they needed.
I don't know where they're sitting in the whole skit. They're right behind us, I think. I think they're right behind us.
Yeah. Well, you could say right behind. They're behind, but it's not really close.
Well, no, it's not. I mean, especially that performance last night with the Braves.
Yeah,
man.
Tell us about the game last night.
Well, that's one thing we were talking about is like dissecting the players. They're obviously winning from speed. I mean, when you get 20, 30 years ago with Blauser and Belliard, when you got to that bottom lineup, that 7, 8, 9 lineup, you pretty much were like hanging it up. I mean, these guys were batting 190, 200. You were just waiting for Otis Nixon or, whoever's leading us off, Marquise Grissom, on the number one. But anyways, today in this lineup, man, they are all solid, every one of them. And it was proven last night. I mean, even the 7, 8, and 9 guys, man, they're backing each other
top
up.
to bottom. They're
top to bottom.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was great to see. That was a cool play last night in the 8th. Harris tagged from third, and that's the first time I've seen Ron Washington get a little bit emotional over on third base side, because they basically thought that he had tagged too early. And so they went to the replay, and man, he tagged it so perfectly. And Harris did a great slide into home, and then they called him out originally. And Ron Washington, man, he got a little emotional. That's the first time I've seen him do that. But that actually brought the Braves up a run at that point. I think it was 6-5. But yeah, man, solid. Very solid. And I was listening to it, like I said, I was listening to it on the ESPN
We're
app.
so proud of you for finding the app.
Absolutely.
Did you download the Apple Store?
Yes, I did. Good. Yeah. And listening to Joe Simpson versus the guys on Bally Sports, man, dude, Joe Simpson's I'm not a big fan of your Peter Moylan guy.
He's not mine. I was just asking who he was.
You were favoring him the other day, but...
favoring the Australian baseball?
No, he's okay too. He's okay too. But
it's weird. It's definitely weird.
It's different.
Yeah.
I mean, it is very different. But anyways.
But yeah, no, it'd be nice if you could listen to the radio broadcast while watching the TV and it be synced up in time.
Well,
there's probably a reason for that, though.
You can do it. You just got to
pause and let it go.
Yeah.
But the problem is the radio, if you're listening to the actual radio, is ahead of TV.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
You can't pause the radio.
That's true.
You might be able to on the app. I don't know.
You could, yeah. You do get more from Joe Simpson. You do get more of a kind of. I mean, he's built for radio. That's for certain.
Yeah.
I mean.
Well, when you're doing the radio, you have to paint the picture of what's going on. So it's always a lot more emotional, rather when you're on the TV, you're just kind of talking about what's happening.
Dude, Larry Munson, oh my God. I'm losing it.
It's in there. You got this.
Oh my God. My Georgia, Larry Munson. Oh my gosh. Larry Munson. Sorry. Unbelievable.
Yep.
Unbelievable at painting pictures, for sure. So, yeah. Anyways.
Definitely. But yeah, they got the game getting underway here in about 15 minutes, closing out that 4-game series up there in Pittsburgh at the Pirates. They lost the first one, took the next 2, and then got one more today. Bryce Elder will be on the mound facing Falter, if I pronounced that correctly, for the Pirates. So another start for Elder. Hopefully he can have a good outing here, and they can roll into that 4-game series at the Mets. Which they'll probably take care of. But when we get back, we'll jump into some... I got a question for you guys that I thought was fairly interesting. You're listening to The Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
The tradition continues.
That ball is going to be out of here.
The Atlanta Braves play here.
Bombs away.
The Atlanta Braves are back and making a statement.
Head first slide, 2 RBI triple.
Listen to Atlanta Braves baseball in a rich audio experience live on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Here comes the thunder.
Sponsored by Bestway Portable Buildings, Dave & Buster's, PCB Hobby, and Gulf Coast Aquarium.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida. Here is your weather forecast on this Thursday morning. As we head into this afternoon and evening, mostly sunshine and a high of 90 with a moderate breeze at 14 miles per hour coming out of the west-southwest. For tonight, mostly clear skies and a low near 84. Tomorrow, mixture of some sun and a possibility of thunderstorms and a high around 90. This weather forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Are you tired of hearing 2 weeks when you call to get your boat worked on? Hey folks, it's Chris Kramer with Kramer Marine and Outdoor, and we'll get you in and back out on the water as quick as possible. We're a full-line Yamaha outboard dealer and Suzuki outboard dealer, and we have master-trained certified mechanics on site. So if it's just an annual service, electronics install, trolling motor install, or all the way up to a full repower, we can take care of you. So stop by and see us in the corner of Frankfurt and 23rd next to Bill Kramer GM, or call us at 850-851-0453.
Chuck was terrible at fishing. He spent many frustrating hours attempting to get results he saw from internet videos, aggravating trial and error fishing trips, and misguided advice from well-intended friends. Chuck is happy now with his newfound success after he visited Bay Breeze Bait and Tackle, where we keep fishing fun, simple, and successful. See us soon at Bay Breeze Bait and Tackle, located directly off Highway 98 on the west end of Panama City Beach.
The only place to get sports betting coverage on the radio. Is this legal? Broadcasting from the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine Outdoor Studios. It's the Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey on ESPN Northwest Florida.
That's a new one for us.
Yeah.
And it's also very true.
It is.
Especially you, Jay.
MC Hammer.
Can't touch this.
Can't touch it.
You're listening to the Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Had a little bubble there from the excitement of MC Hammer action.
Are we bringing Vanilla Ice in on the next one, perhaps?
Hopefully.
Ooh, we can do that.
Little bum 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 ba-da-dum bum.
This is actually Rick James, though. Super freak.
Ooh, yeah.
Instead of A1A.
See, you screwed me up.
Say what?
That was not MC Hammer. That was Super Freak.
Oh, yeah. It does have a little bit of
a very similar intro, for sure. For sure. Can't touch this. But it's the same song.
Okay.
The MC just copied.
Sampling, baby.
That's it. That's it. But you are listening to the Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Little quick FedEx Cup playoff update as the tournament just recently got underway about an hour ago. And Lucas Glover off to a good start, 2 under through 4. He's currently tied for first, and he's tied with Byung-Hung An, who's 2 under through 2 on that very difficult St. Jude course. And then Eric Cole. He's -1 through 3. Again, it's very early in this tournament. Probably about 40 guys, 30 guys out on the course so far. But got to keep track. It's the FedEx Cup Championship. It's hard to believe the playoffs for golf are already here, starting right now.
I'm checking my DraftKings right now.
It's a little
early.
Little earlier.
But good to know Lucas Glover's out to a
hot start.
Yeah, let's go.
Got a question for you and David. I came across one of the social media things, and I want to get your thoughts. If you were randomly dropped into a pro sporting event with your entire country's hopes and dreams on the line, what would you most want to attempt? A free throw, a penalty kick, a 25-yard field goal, or a 6-foot putt?
Oh, my gosh.
Dude, you know what's so crazy? You can go ahead and say them again.
No. Yeah, a free throw, a penalty kick, a 25-yard field goal, and a 6-foot putt.
I'll rank them how I would want to do it.
Yes, that's what I was, yeah.
So 1 would be the free throw. But it's very close with the 6-foot putt, though. I feel like I would be better at the free throw. But then when it comes to the third would be... Last would be the field goal.
Yeah.
So what's the one that I'm missing right now?
The penalty kick in soccer.
Oh, man, I'm both using my feet there, so it really doesn't matter. I'm not going to make a 25-yard field goal, so I'll go for the penalty kick, and hopefully the goalie guesses wrong.
Yeah, there you go. You just kick it straight.
Yeah.
All right, Jay Bird, what's your 4? I like that, doing all 4.
I like that too, David. So I'm going to
do the least first.
The least?
Yeah, what you would least want to do.
Probably the field goal.
Yeah, I think that would be everybody's.
Yeah, because I think I'm with David. I'm going to try to trick the goalie on the penalty kick, and there's a 50-50 shot.
Yeah, you would think there was a 50-50 shot, but our U.S. women's team kind of proved that theory wrong.
And I feel like all of us lining up, we would have like tells. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the goalie would be able to read us to just know exactly where to go.
I played quite a bit of soccer.
Yeah.
Maybe not you. I know for me, though.
Yeah. Go ahead.
And then free throw, and then the 6-foot. Yeah, I would make a 6-foot.
Is that your number 1?
Yeah. I mean, if that's what I'm depending, my country.
Your country's hopes and dreams are on the line that you have to succeed in one of those 4.
I'll make a 6-foot putt.
There you go.
Yeah, I would.
There you go. I like your confidence. It didn't say what type of 6-foot putt. Could be straight. I'd rather it be a little right to left break than straight, to be honest with you.
Same.
I think it's harder to hit a straight putt than it is to hit a little breaking putt.
Right.
If you're a right-hander. Left-hander, that left to right's always a little easier.
I mean, are we in the USA or are we over?
Yeah, what are the greens stimping now? What type of grass is it? How's the weather? Is there dew? Do they mow and roll? Do they double cut? I don't know.
Who's my captain?
Too many factors.
Oh, there's way too many factors.
Yeah, who's your captain?
I mean,
in the scramble?
No, who's my Ryder Cup captain?
Yeah, Phil Mickelson.
Yeah, there you go.
Ooh, I'm missing the putt.
That's rude. I'm going to go, my least would be the field goal. Although I feel like if I really had it from 25, you just got to kick it right in the middle of the ball. Yeah. My third, I would go with the 6-foot putt. Like, I've played golf my whole life, but this is a different scenario. And then I would take a free throw for my second, and then a penalty kick would be my first.
Oh.
That would be mine.
Interesting.
Now, with the field goal, so in the penalty kick, right, there's obviously a goalie. In the field goal, is there an offensive and a defensive line?
I think you're just lined up trying to kick it through the uprights.
All right.
Ryan, you've been down there that
No,
before.
that was from midfield trying to get it in the end zone, and I was absolutely sloshed. I'm sober for this one.
Okay, I got you.
I kicked the field goal when we were up at the in Atlanta at the College Football Hall of Fame.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That's why I feel like I could do it if I had to.
Okay.
Boston Sim says he'd go field goal 1, free kick 2, free throw 3, and putt 4.
I like it. Yeah, let us know what your order would be.
Boston Sim, when I've played golf with him before, and it's amazing because he'll putt from like 20 yards off the green.
He's
and
one of those,
He feels more comfortable doing that, and he gets it close. I'm like, dude, like, you're getting it where my chip's getting. So
the only tough part with that is when you have to chip over something or you have to do something, because my boss, Remy's dad, actually, Jody, he putts literally from anywhere. So does Chris Marchand.
Oh, he does, yeah.
I'm like, and they hit it close within like 3 feet. I'm like, I don't know how you guys judge that so easily, but I guess if you do it all the time.
That's talent.
It is talent.
And he can hit the ball a country mile.
There you go.
Caveman Rick's got penalty kick, free throw, putting, the 6-foot putt, and then field goal.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I think that, I don't know. You have to know how to kick a soccer ball, but I feel like that's a fundamental skill that most people have growing up.
Caveman Rick's from Portugal, so
yeah, he's definitely going penalty.
He grew up in Portugal, so.
That's right, because wasn't Tim Braddock or somebody?
Rather.
Okay. Yeah. He was in Portugal for 5 minutes. So, yeah, something like that. But
talk about performance anxiety. Ooh, for your country.
That's right.
Yeah.
For your country.
For your country.
For your country. Do it for your country.
Yeah, in other countries, if you didn't do it, they'd cut your legs off.
Yeah.
Not here. You'd just be disappointed.
Right. What would be a country that would cut their legs off?
I don't know. Saudi Arabia?
Maybe.
Iraq?
Yeah.
Iran?
I know the culture in Japan. I mean, like, they're very, their culture over there is, it's interesting.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I got to talk about Bryson DeChambeau's 58 again.
Oh, you do?
I am so disappointed on how the media and all these because he's on the LIV Tour and he played on a LIV golf course. They used to play a PGA Tour event at the Greenbrier. So you can't discount that for me. The guy shoots 50.
They played the members' tees.
No, they didn't, Jay.
Yeah.
Give me facts what yardage they played from.
I mean, I saw DeChambeau's scorecard. It was like 350 par 4s. I mean, we have like...
That doesn't mean it's the members' tees. Tell me what the yardage was. You got to back up your stuff with... If it was shorter, then I'll give you that. But
I do remember seeing the total yardage. It was 7180 or something like that.
So your point there is moot. It's over 7,000 yards. Yeah, I don't care. That's not a member tee. It's a par 70 at 7,100 yards.
Okay.
There's major championships that were played at 72 at a par 70 because you're removing 2 par 5s.
That's what Jay's got right now. Cricket.
I was going to say that better not be directed at me.
No, not at all. I can't hit the hose with
I was about to say you can't hit the hose with the I mean, you could.
But keep going.
Yeah, I'm just so disappointed. The guy shoots 58 in a professional tournament. That's 12 under par. He made 1 bogey, 0 eagles, and everybody's trying to justify that it wasn't anything good. Like the thing Keith sent yesterday with all these stats going on, like who's only the 302nd best round ever on tour. I don't care who you are. Give the man some credit. John Rahm gave him some credit. Like, the LIV bias is insane to me. Guy shoots 58, says it's his best ever golf round, and he's won a U.S. Open and Ryder Cups, and he says it's the best golf round he's ever played.
I Googled Hall of Shame before I got here, and I saw the 58 in the Hall of Shame.
I'm sure. When are you going to break out the guitar that's sitting behind you? For the record.
We'll see.
The bias, and I get it.
Kick it off with teardrops on my guitar.
Yeah.
There you go.
Is it Cole Swindell? Is that your guy?
Yeah, I can't
remember.
Yeah, you'll find out that the voice doesn't quite when it gets into a singing voice. If I decide to do it, I
feel like you have that southern voice that you can just kind of sing talk, and it works.
No, I don't think so.
No?
Yeah, but we'll see. We'll see how brave I get.
But yeah, I mean, 58. Come on.
Yeah, I know, man. I mean, yeah. I mean, ESPN top 10. I mean, it's got to make some. It does have to make some top 10 type plays.
It's been the most overshadowed round of golf I've ever seen.
I agree. Yeah. I mean, I haven't seen a lot of it. I mean, the 59 of Duval, the 59 of Annika back. You know, those.
Jim Furyk, I think, shot a 58 on tour one time.
Did he shoot? 58.
Because it was like a par 70, I'm sure.
Yeah,
but it's 12 under par with a bogey and no eagles.
Yeah,
that means you made 13 birdies out of 18 holes.
Did his team win the team event, whatever team he's on?
I don't know why you're talking trash. It's all the same thing now.
That's true.
It's like the PGA Tour. They got rid of cuts.
What are you calling it? Is it the PIF or something?
Well,
like
PIF is the fund that, and the deal isn't done or anything like that yet. And it's funny you mentioned that because I want to get into Monahan's stuff, some of the kind of the topics that came out of his press conference the other day, kind of 9 key points, one of them being that the specifics of the deal are still very, very unclear.
Okay.
I mean, they're in agreement to proceed. The deal is not done by any stretch of the imagination. I think a lot of people get confused and think there's been some big merger. The framework was let go for that merger. And then another thing, which this one I'm a little confused about, they said the PGA Tour can survive without the deal. That one I want to talk about a little bit more because all this new schedule, they're pumping all this more money into these events. You know, they're going to pay $25 million for the FedEx Cup. All these signature events are going to be, you know, $25-30 million purses where the first place is getting 18% or whatever it is. How are they going to pay for all that if they don't have PIF money?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think they have to look. We're into more of an open type environment than we were 20-30 years ago, right? I mean, everybody's Facebook Live, all this kind of stuff. In these board meetings, when we meet, when they meet, let's let the general public Let's see what they're talking about. Let's hear them.
That would be interesting,
wouldn't it?
Well, I think that's kind of how we got here. The PGA Tour didn't want to get involved in those lawsuits where you start opening up everything that transpires. So I don't know. Why did the PGA Tour come to the table when they did? So it's kind of contradicts.
Yep.
If the tour was sustainable, then why did they do this? Monahan basically said, on the PIF discussions, as you've heard us talk about a number of instances, we're obviously in conflict, and that conflict posed a long-term existential risk, and the PGA Tour was stronger than we've ever been. We wanted to wait until the absolute right time to initiate a conversation, a time where we were in a maximum strength position. That's what we did. What does that mean to you right there?
Yeah, I mean, they're hiding.
I call BS.
Yes, absolutely.
The strongest position ever? Yeah, give me a break. You also said that, that you guys were PGA Tour's bleeding money. Mm-hmm. Again, talking out one side of the mouth to the other.
And he was taking a break, and it took him how many weeks to
it was a
his
whole
anxiety
month.
and stuff?
Yeah, and then obviously the decision on LIV Golf remains undecided. Whether LIV continues on itself, and another big topic of conversation, which isn't part of this, is they're talking about making a pathway back to the PGA Tour for the LIV guys. Do you think any of the LIV guys care to come back to the PGA Tour?
I mean, I'm not gathering any information on that they're even wanting to maybe come back.
Yeah.
I mean,
maybe come back. Yeah.
maybe come back.
What would you want though? Like for you, Ryan, would you rather see the LIV and the PGA Tour get together, or have two contending tours?
I would rather have two contending tours.
Me as well.
What about you, Jay?
Yeah, I think that would be good.
Coming around?
It'll be good to see that.
Coming around.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. NWO, keep going back to wrestling.
Hey, the comparison and all that stuff. Some of this other stuff we've already talked about, but I thought this was some interesting points. And then, a lot of the players, and Monahan, he was asked in this press conference, he said, how did he feel when he heard the players felt like they had betrayed him? As you remember, Xander Schauffele, prior to the Scottish Open, which was 2 or 3 weeks ago, he said, if you want to call it one of the rockier times on tour, the guy was supposed to be there for us, and he wasn't. Obviously, he had some health issues. I'm glad he said he's feeling better, but yeah, I'd say he has a lot of tough questions to answer in his return, and yeah, I don't trust people easily. He had my trust, and he has a lot less of it now, so I don't stand alone when I say that. Now, that was before he came back from that medical leave, and then Monahan ended that exchange when somebody asked him how it made it feel personally. personally. He said, how did that make you, and he says, how does that make me feel personally? Determined to regain it. And for those that I lost it with, determined to regain it. I see a clear path to doing that, as difficult as that may seem right now for some. But I care deeply about our players. I care deeply about this tour. I care deeply about our model. I believe that the players, I believe strongly that this move is right for the PGA Tour players of today and the PGA Tour players of the future. I can't address that now like today. I'm in the process of addressing it, and where we are going to get it right.
Yeah, I'm thinking back where and I had an opportunity to meet Sir Michael Benalik, who was the RNA head guy, right, back 20 years ago, and you could just see the passion for the game that the RNA. My thought on this is I would love to get an opinion from an RNA guy, from over the seas. I think they're all laughing at us.
Yeah,
that's my opinion. I mean, I think the
what
RNA.
About the USGA? What do you think the USGA thinks on all this? Because they're just the governing body of the rules, really.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, they're, it's here in America, so I don't know. But I would love to hear an RNA, like Sir Nick Faldo. He's too Americanized at this point.
Oh, he's very anti-live.
Okay, so there you go. But
you'd love to hear what he thinks now.
Yeah, I mean, because they truly, and I've never been over there. I want to, but I mean, that's where it was all founded. It was founded in the 15th century, 400 years ago. Yep. I know we talked a little bit earlier this past week about what would Wanamaker say from 100 years ago, but I definitely want somebody else's opinion from across the pond. I would love to hear what they would say, but they're not going to say it on national. They're not going to say it on the national networks.
No, because it's all controlled.
Call us on ESPN Radio.
Yeah, David, get somebody from the RNA on the horn.
There you go.
Make a phone call.
I want somebody with a sir. Sir Nick Faldo.
Has to be someone who has been anointed.
How do you get that title? How do you get?
You got to do something good, and then the Queen's got to give it to you.
Buy land in Scotland.
Yeah. Sir.
You know why they're called links courses?
Why?
Somebody told me this yesterday. Because all the land in Scotland, especially near the coast, was very sandy. Mm-hmm. So you couldn't do any agricultural there. So there was a link of land that was not able to farm on. So all the farmland, and then you had the link. And that's where the Links golf course came from.
Interesting. See, I've always thought no trees.
The obvious thing. That's what I said when the guy said it.
Yeah. And then also I think about where 10 doesn't come back to the clubhouse. That to me is a links course as well. But that's interesting.
And out and back. Yeah, and like St. Andrews, for example, because somebody I used to work with, he's over there right now playing, is they have these stones that have been there forever that defines the boundary of where the agriculture and then the links golf course.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. We need to go over there.
Now, does 9 come back to the clubhouse at St. Andrews?
No, it's all the way out there.
It is? Okay.
No, it's out and back.
I got you.
Just like the Nicklaus course.
Yeah.
You want to talk some football when we get back?
Sure.
You can be able to handle that?
We'll see.
All right, you're listening to the Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida. The tradition continues.
That ball is going to be out of here.
America's team plays here.
Bombs away.
The Atlanta Braves are back and making a statement.
Ronald Acuna just clobbered one to left.
Listen to Atlanta Braves baseball in a rich audio experience live on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Here comes the thunder.
Sponsored by Bilberg Kia, Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, Mid-South Lumber, Stormore Portable Buildings, and Park Pest Control.
Barbaritos lets you say yes to fresh. If you don't know what to eat or where to get it, well, fret no more. Barbaritos is here to help with its healthy menu, offering 7 meals with less than 500 calories. Barbaritos has lots of healthy options made with farm fresh food. Your health and your family's health matters to us. Come eat healthy at Barbaritos, 23rd Street in the Stanford Station Shopping Center near Academy Sports. Barbaritos, food, community, people.
PCB Hobby, the beach's premier hobby store for sports cards, comics, coins, and trading card games. PCB Hobby carries the largest selection of boxes and packs from the latest releases of brands like Topps, Panini, Leaf, and more. Looking for a specific player or team? PCB Hobby has a wide assortment of raw and graded cards. They carry parallel rookie, game used, and autographed cards in both modern and vintage. Have a collection you want to sell? We buy, sell, and trade. PCB Hobby on Back Beach Road, just east of Florida Linen. Call 850-320-8388.
Right now at Wendy's, when you buy either a Dave's Single, Spicy Chicken Sandwich, Medium Frosty, or 10-piece nuggets, you can get another for just $1. Your dollar never tasted so good. So it's obvious what everyone will get, right?
Definitely nugs
Spicy
and
chicken
a Frosty.
sandwich,
Dave's Single and a Frosty for me.
And a Frosty. Okay, who said Frosty and a Frosty? Pick your obvious choice. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's, buy one, get one for $1.
Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. U.S. Wendy's, valid for item of equal or lesser value. Cannot be combined in a combo or any other offer.
Welcome to the Inside Drive, the next big thing.
It's a big, huge, giant deal.
Sports betting, huge reactions, your calls and real-time coverage of the stories you're following. Broadcasting from the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine Outdoor Studios on ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back. You're listening to the Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida. I knew you thought it was going to be a Vanilla Ice song.
Yeah.
This is okay, though.
Who is that?
Blink-182.
Yep.
See, I have to mouth that to David so I don't sound like an idiot on the air. I was like, you said it was MC Hammer in the last one. That's a common trick, though.
It is.
I thought it was, too, and I was like,
MC's like, you're not getting my songs.
Well, I want to get your thoughts on Luke Combs and Tracy Chapman's fast cars. Which one do you prefer?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Can I say both?
No, you got to pick.
All right, I'll take the OG.
Yeah, okay. All right, you going with Tracy?
Although I do like Luke Combs' version.
Oh man, it's so good.
It is good. Are you gonna play it for us?
No, David. What about you? Fast cars. What you
I'd
think?
be lying to you if I told you I knew how the Tracy Chapman's version went.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure that if I heard it, I'd be like, oh yeah, okay. But so I'll say because I only know that I've heard one Luke Combs.
Okay.
There you go.
Just curious.
Well, there you go. I may have to bring you on this one, David. I was kind of texting you about it the other day on the show, and I didn't really understand what was going on, and now it's kind of coming to light a little bit more, and that has to do with the NCAA, and there was two players that tried to get immediate eligibility after a transfer due to their family members being closer to family members with medical conditions. And then I guess I got confused on all the other people that have transferred and have immediate eligibility. I put them on spot here with the sunflower seeds. But so these two guys, and is it because they transferred twice?
Yeah. So
Okay.
essentially, which
But they've let other people.
So here's that's what really ticks me off, and one that's not even being talked about right now. And I'm seeing a bunch of stuff on the internet about it, and I've talked to some of the sources that I have behind the scenes, and they aren't validating anything or confirming anything yet. But the TJ Dudley kid, I'll just go ahead and say it, the TJ Dudley kid got dismissed. He was a linebacker from Clemson, was supposed to take on a huge role this year. Well, he got dismissed from the team by Dabo. 2 days later, he's at Ole Miss.
Yeah.
And he got dismissed from the team, allegedly, we'll say allegedly until it is confirmed, for taking locker room photos of the team and selling them on OnlyFans. And so now he's over there at Ole Miss, which, again, nothing necessarily confirmed. I have checked the roster over there. He is over there on the roster. So it is one of those issues, like, so that guy can transfer after the transfer report. These guys were
should be in
already
jail.
transferred. They were, well, I mean, at least beat up. Where's Alan Sandage when you need him?
Yeah, right, he's in Vegas.
We'd have to fight. Oh, we'd have to fight. No, but
punch him in the face.
But then these guys so I guess the NCAA is going to take a extra scrutinized look as far as, oh, this is your second time transferring. But if they literally are getting closer to home to play for those teams. Now, again, he started at Maryland, Darrell Jackson Jr., the kid from Florida State, started at Maryland, transfers down to Miami, and then his mom lives 20 minutes outside of Tallahassee. He grew up 20 minutes outside of Tallahassee in Havana. and he wants to go back there, and they're saying no because it's the second time that you transferred. And I get it. I mean, would you rather play for Miami or Florida State? But if he's truly going back to be with his mom, I don't understand the NCAA in this position. Outside of things have just gotten so far out of their reach, so any little thing that they actually can discipline, they're jumping all over it.
That's what it looks like to me, is just the NCAA arbitrarily trying to make themselves relevant.
Yeah.
And like, so with the transfer portal, right? I'm playing at a university, the season's over, the transfer portal window opens up, I go into it, I can transfer to another school if I get picked up, and I can immediately play in that next season.
Oh.
That's where I'm confused in this whole situation, because now I get, obviously the transfer portal's not open for these kids right now.
Right.
It's a little different scenario. They're transferring outside of that transfer portal window. But say you go into the window next year and you go in, are you going to be eligible to play immediately?
You're supposed to get one transfer for free, or where you're immediately eligible, and then outside of that, then you have to sit out a year. So that's what it's supposed to be.
But so like the entire Colorado team only transferred once, probably. I know. I'm asking hypothetical questions.
I'd have to go through the roster and see everything. But the issue for me is if the whole TJ Dudley thing is relevant. I think once you go into the season, after that spring game, if you haven't transferred out by then, if you're dismissed from a team, you can get into the transfer portal, but you cannot pick a destination until the transfer portal opens again.
Gotcha.
That's how I think it should be. But then again, I can't sit here and give you, I mean, what the heck? You know? Like you're confused, I'm confused, we're all confused, and it's just because things are happening so daggone fast.
That's right. Jay just put down a star on his notebook.
No, I'm just thinking about opening up a moving truck business with all this. Yeah, no kid. But the college kids only have like 10 shirts, and you know, like you can't.
I don't know the NIL. They got all sorts of sweat.
Oh yeah, there you go.
I'm opening a furniture deal with someone out there or something.
Then you could start giving NIL deals to Georgia players.
There you go. What would I call it? 2 college kids in a truck or something like that?
Yeah, I don't know if you'd want to steal that company's name. But yeah. I don't know. I could think of
anyways. Yeah, sorry.
It'd be good.
Yeah.
It'd be good. But yeah, it just seems like the NCAA is using this situation to try to assert themselves as the governing body of college football, which they are clearly not.
Right.
With everything that's going on.
Yeah, no, that's...
I don't know. Because, I mean, the world of transfers is just what we live in now, it seems like. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, wait, why are these kids not eligible? People transfer left and right, and they get to play.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
You can't just pick and choose. I mean, I guess you can. I don't know. All right, Jay. Here's some under-the-radar college football teams that could alter the 2023 championship races. Not necessarily teams that are going to make a run at the championship races, but teams that could potentially play spoiler alert. And we'll start with one that's probably a little surprising to you, and that's the Arizona State Sun Devils. After watching Kenny Dillingham got Bo Nix going, maybe Arizona State can make some stuff going. They're going to have a chance to play spoiler when it comes to Oregon, USC, and Washington and some of these other big teams. So since that's all part of the current Pac-12 for one more year, you just never know. Arizona State could sneak one in there. New coach got rid of Herm. He got a little bit of trouble for COVID stuff, which was stupid. I love coaching.
Herm
Edwards.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he was talking to people during like the COVID blackout period or something like that, where he wasn't supposed to be talking to recruits.
Oh
and he
my
did.
gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can transfer whenever you want.
Right.
And make as much
Makes
money.
no sense.
Hey, but that Kenny Dillingham guy, though, he should do great for Arizona.
Oh, yeah. I don't even know who their quarterback is, but he's fantastic with quarterbacks, that's for sure. Interesting, I forgot he had went there until I read this article, and I was like, oh, that might be pretty good for him. But they'll be in the, Big 12 next year?
Next year, yeah.
Next year, yeah.
So are these teams that you're kind of shouting out here, are these teams outside the top 25?
Yes. These are teams that, could just potentially spoil some things for them. That number 2 team being BYU. It's their first season in the Big 12. So they made the move last year. So they're going to play TCU, Texas Tech, Texas, and Oklahoma. And BYU is always one of those teams you got to watch out for a little bit. And again, could play spoiler alert for some of their teams. Former USC and Pitt quarterback Kedon Slovis, if he plays like he did back in 2019, that may give BYU a shot to beat some of these teams.
This is like his 4th school.
Yeah. Speaking of transfers,
right?
How's this guy playing in all these teams?
Yeah.
Take a year off at a time, baby.
I guess Stetson played every year. Not every year, but Bennett.
Why are they I mean, I don't know. I have so many questions with the transfers.
I do, too.
I mean,
I
you're still... I don't know. It's like you're still putting on a football uniform. You're still throwing a pigskin football. Everything's the same. Like, what's different? I mean,
playing time, the coaches that you're coached by, the athletes that you're surrounded by. I think the majority,
how much money you can make.
That's definitely a factor now. I think the biggest thing, is the NIL that you're capable of making, and then playing time too. If you feel like you're, but for Caden Slovis, it's been where he's kind of been the guy, at least to start the camp out, and start the season out. So I don't know, but it is big for BYU to have a guy with experience though, because last year not so hot
after Wilson left. Yeah.
But, I mean, most of these guys aren't going to go to the NFL. I mean, are they thinking, if I transfer to BYU, I may have a chance to play, there's only a certain percentage of these that's going to make it to the NFL.
Yeah, only 32 teams.
Yeah, I mean.
For sure. But another one, the Duke Blue Devils, you may forget, Jay, last year that they were 9-4. And then 3 of those 4 losses came with 3 points or less. Great season last year by the Duke Blue Devils. They could certainly make an awfully loud statement there in week 1. The preseason ACC favorite is coming to Clemson that first week. Or, excuse me, coming to Durham. My bad.
Oh, Duke's coming?
No, Clemson's going to Duke. That'll be on Labor Day, primetime matchup.
I was about to say, wait, Duke is the favorite for the
my bad.
For the ACC.
No, they could be.
They could
basketball.
Be. Absolutely.
Basketball.
Nah,
but I mean,
not
a season
even
like that last year,
Yeah.
that bodes well. At least if you progress on that, then you could be looking at a 10-3 season.
And they're going to play home games with Notre Dame. Their home game, Notre Dame, Florida State, North Carolina. A lot of opportunity to make some upsets there on the heels of a great season. So another team that could potentially play spoiler for a Clemson or a Florida State trying to make that ACC championship and playoff run. So the Maryland Terrapins.
Ooh.
They got Talia Tagovailoa, who turned down supposedly $1.5 million in NIL money to come to the SEC. Do you know what school?
No. He wouldn't say what school, but we can speculate. Who do you guys think it was?
Alabama.
That was my initial reaction as well, just because his brother played there. Actually, Talia was at Alabama before he went to Maryland to play under Coach Loxley. But then I also want to say, maybe in Auburn. And this is not shade. All of these schools are doing it, so I don't mean this negative. But if you're Auburn, you're Hugh Freeze. Look, Talia, you've already been to Bama, so you're not going back there.
Yeah,
but come make a name here.
Yeah.
See what would happen. So I like that.
It was
one.
Georgia.
It could have been. I don't think.
I'm just kidding.
I don't know.
Florida. Could have been Florida.
Yeah.
Could have been.
Yeah. If I was Billy Napier and he said no to 1.5, I would have been like, well, here, we got $3 million. We need you.
Yes. Now you make a difference. That'd be a big difference. But so another big reason why they could play spoiler, being in the Big Ten there, they've got to, they head to Ohio State in early October, and then they host Penn State and Michigan. So 3 big opportunities there to play ups. They always play Ohio State tough, it seems like, too. Beef, Alex Ritter out there.
Oh, yeah.
He's from that area. He's a big Terp fan.
Yeah.
Terrapin. You know what a Terrapin is?
I can see their helmet.
Come on, you got this.
Flag.
You got this. Yeah, the helmet's a state flag. That doesn't do you no good.
Oh, is it not? I think at one point they
Sweetwater Brewing Company, the Terrapin Rye Ale. You know what's on that can? No,
I don't.
Terrapin.
What is it?
It's a turtle.
Is it really?
Yeah. I think it's like the Latin name or something for a turtle.
Saltwater, freshwater?
I don't think that's specific. I think it's like what Kingdom, Phyla, all that stuff. I don't know where that lines up there. But it's a turtle. Fear the turtle. Fear the Terps.
There you go.
It's true. See, we're learning.
We are.
Education Thursday here on the Inside Drive.
I've got the Mannings in my mind for some reason. Isn't there, and I know this could be a crazy question, isn't there another Manning college kid right now?
Arch Manning.
So where did he land?
I'm so glad you pay attention to sports.
I mean, I'm just,
It's one of the biggest commitments last year when he was.
This conversation's been had on this show between you two.
Man. We need to get sponsored by Ginkgo biloba or something like that.
It makes it better, though.
Yeah, no, we're revisiting it. He was one of the top sought-out recruits last year, and he ended up committing to Texas.
Okay.
So he's going to be behind Quentin Ewers, which a lot of people think he'll overtake Quentin Ewers at some point this season. But Quentin Ewers is a baller, and if he didn't get hurt last year, I mean, I don't think Arch Manning's here. Arch Manning's first year will probably be in the SEC.
Gotcha.
I agree with that. A terrapin is a smaller turtle that is, and this is really just for the water side of it, freshwater or brackish.
Ooh.
I had to look it up because I was like,
They can handle a little bit of that salt.
They can.
See, sports, education, entertainment.
Yeah.
What else do you need?
I know.
You can mix in some of those tomatoes you were talking about earlier.
Ooh.
Is it tomato or is it tomato?
Oh, tomato.
Tomato. David said tomato yesterday, but I don't know if he's just being facetious.
Very much so.
Is it pecan or pecan?
Ooh, that's a big debate. See, I think that depends on what part of the country you are from.
It's pecan.
Is it?
Yep.
I said pecan growing up.
Did you?
Yeah. David's looking at you like you're crazy saying pecan from Georgia, but is it pecan or is it pecan?
I mean, my uncle owned a pecan company.
Pecan.
Pecan. It's pecan. Pecan. Yeah.
There's only one E.
True. There's only one A. I've always said pecan.
Okay. Like butter pecan. Like I can't, like the
butter pecan.
Wait, you say butter pecan, but you say butter pecan?
Yep. No, I don't. I say butter pecan, but when I'm talking about
so you
pecan,
say it both ways.
When I start talking about one single pecan, it's a pecan. Yeah.
So the plural of pecan is pecan. Is that what you're saying?
Perhaps.
Perhaps it's not because it doesn't have an S on it. Man, sometimes we just fill some time until we get to our break. Is it 57 or 58, David, that we drop off?
Huh?
At the top of the hour.
57. Yeah, it's time to go.
Okay, that's what I was getting at. All right, when we get back, we're going to talk maybe some NFL, which is probably right up your wheelhouse,
yes,
Jay.
It is.
All right, you're listening to the Inside Drive. We'll be right back.
ESPN Northwest Florida has the real local fishing report. Hi, this is Tim from Bay Breeze Bait and Tackle. Join me every Friday at 4:20 during the afternoon Underdogs. It's accurate, detailed content from local anglers, plus fishing updates on Saturday and Sunday morning right when you hit the water. Advice and stories from local anglers. Tune into the Bay Breeze Bait and Tackle Fishing Report, exclusively on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good afternoon. This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida. The rest of the day, a likelihood of thunderstorms and mostly sunshine and a temperature of 90 with a 10 to 15 miles per hour wind out of the west-southwest. Mostly clear skies tonight and quite warm near 84. A variety of some sun and possible thunderstorms and 90 tomorrow. This is your Thursday's weather brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Bestway Portable Buildings has been your portable building specialist since 1989. Before you invest your hard-earned money someplace else, owner Jason Mulder invites you to stop by Bestway and get a quote on just about any size building. And whether you buy with Bestway or not, it's worth the trip just to meet Bestway Buddy. Say hello, buddy. Good boy. Bestway Portable Buildings, just north of Harts Marine on 231, and online at bestwayportablebuildings.com. The best in portable, period. Tell them Buddy sent ya.
The Atlanta Braves play here.
And the Braves are back in front. WGSX Lynn Haven, WVLQ Port St. Joe, ESPN Northwest Florida.
With over 65 years of combined experience, Instant Replay Sports Cards is happy to help you take your collection to the next level. They carry all the new hobby boxes, signed memorabilia, and supplies, new and vintage cards, and Pokemon. They sell and trade cards and are always looking to buy. They're an authorized source for Topps, Panini, Upper Deck, and Leaf cards. Instant Replay Sports Cards is open 7 days a week at 752 West 23rd Street, down from Academy Sports. It can always be reached at instantReplaySportsCards.com.
The locals love it.
You're gonna love this. You are my favorite. It's my favorite.
Everybody's favorite. The Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey. Live from the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine Outdoor Studios. On ESPN Northwest Florida.
Sky rockets in flight. Afternoon delight.
And welcome back. You're You're listening to the Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida, sitting inside these beautiful Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine and Outdoor Studios. As always, 104.3 in Panama City Beach, 101.9 along the Forgotten Coast, which you know where that is, Jay, right there in the Big Bend, as you mentioned. You can also watch us live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Just search ESPN Northwest Florida. You can also comment there live on the show, as David does a great job checking out those comments. I should probably be doing that as well, or you could do something.
What's he going to do, read off of his paper over there?
Oh, you know what we haven't done in a long time? We'll do it tomorrow.
Okay.
We'll pull out a card from your binder of glory. And
I've collected a few more since the last time.
Nice. Where are you going to collect these cards?
This was my Bay High coach meeting the other day.
So you met some coaches
I did.
that you should reach out to about interviewing on the air.
This is true, yes.
There you go.
Yep. So, we'll see. We got a few extra business cards here that we'll do Business Card Friday poker.
There you go. there you go. Destiny.
That's right.
All that good stuff. But yeah, don't forget about South Oak Title and Closing. They got 4 great locations right here in the Panhandle, all the way over there in Destin, up on Highway 77 in Lynn Haven, Panama City Beach, and 30A. All those real estate transaction fees are virtually the same, so you might as well choose a company that knows what they are doing the best. The locations are beautiful. Their staff is very helpful, responsive, which is key nowadays.
It is.
You separate yourself. It's not hard in this day and age to separate yourself. You just got to be responsive.
Absolutely.
Which is used to be like a normal thing.
What?
Just being responsive.
There you go.
2 more teams on that list of potential upset teams real quick, and they both live in the SEC. Who do you think those 2 teams are, Jay? Not front runners, obviously, in the SEC, but 2 teams that can play a big hope to upset, and one of them's not Auburn.
All right, so would say that again?
The same teams we were talking about before the break, before we got into the pecan conversation, which we are going to get back into.
We were talking about Duke, though, weren't we?
We did.
Yeah.
But these 2 teams, the last 2 on this list that can potentially...
And they're in the SEC?
Yeah. Off-the-radar college football teams that could alter the championship race.
This is really, really easy here because these are 2 teams I think probably need to be booted out of the SEC, and that would be Vanderbilt and Mississippi State.
Mississippi State is one of them.
Really?
Yeah. Good job. Not Vandy, though.
Yeah.
Vandy doesn't have a chance to knock anybody.
Yeah.
But yeah, because Mississippi State, they got to play the schedule. Is it on this board? Probably not. Nope, didn't make the board. I guess I could look at it.
Do they play this team?
No, it's on the other side.
It's
on the other side.
It's Tennessee then.
Nope, South Carolina.
Oh, South Carolina.
Yeah, off the radar teams.
They got to be off outside of the top 25.
Yeah, Tennessee arguably has a shot. They
don't got Arkansas on there.
No, I think they got Arkansas.
Oh, because Arkansas,
a little higher up. Sense, but Mississippi State, that SEC West crown kind of runs through Starkville. Alabama and LSU and Ole Miss, and Ole Miss probably not there, but Alabama and LSU have to go to Starkville, right? Let's see, Alabama at Mississippi State. Yep, and LSU at Mississippi State.
I just don't know. It's going to be interesting. Just Zach Arnett taking over first year after Coach Leach passed away. So you hope that they do good, but it's a defensive guy taking over for the air raid. I'm curious to see how that's
completely different style.
Yeah, exactly. But they do got Will Rogers, so we'll see how that plays out.
Yeah, definitely. Man, there's not a whole lot of teams. They need Jim Brandt to update his board. There's some teams on there we probably shouldn't have.
Some great traditions all throughout this.
You've got a schedule.
I do have a computer, but I was trying to, just have to turn my head.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that other team is the, can you guess? It's not Tennessee. It's not Florida.
Dang, you South Carolina.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did I say it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah.
Good job. You got it because I already said it.
Yes.
We're very proud of you. But yeah, the South Carolina Gamecocks, they beat both Tennessee and Clemson last year. And they got a couple teams have to travel there. I think, Georgia has to travel to South Carolina? Yes.
No,
that's a home game. That's a home game. So yeah, but they could definitely play some upsets for sure. Spencer Rattler, it seems like it's his 27th season in the league.
And they get game day week 1.
Yeah, game day week 1.
Who's the game day week 1?
South Carolina.
South Carolina, North Carolina.
Oh, okay.
They always play each other week one. Not always, but it seems like more often than not, UNC versus USC.
Interesting.
Yeah, but I don't think they can be called USC because I think SC officially took that.
Yes.
Somebody did. Anyway, pecan or pecan? Or pecan? David pulled up a map. What do you think it is in Georgia? Pecan or pecan?
It just depends on what part of Georgia that you are
But
in.
this is the whole state.
The whole state.
Right, David? Is that how they did it, by state?
Well, it's
or is it
kinda
by
like-
geographical region?
It's America, but they got it by state.
I got it. It's America.
but even some states have like different areas. It's wild. So essentially,
this is good stuff.
Pecan is like the most popular throughout the United States.
Okay.
But in Texas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, Mississippi, pecan reigns supreme. Pecan is popular on the East Coast and in New England, while folks from Wisconsin, northern Minnesota, and the Upper Peninsula of Michigan is pecan.
Huh. So it's a
Which is funny because I say pecan, but I grew up in the Northeast.
But you should be saying pecan is what David is saying.
I shouldn't be saying nothing. It's just
That's the beauty of America.
Yeah,
it is.
You can say whatever you want.
That's right. Yes.
Pecan can be the singular form of pecan, if you'd like it to be.
Could be. I may change my ways. I don't know. We'll see.
Nah, be true to yourself.
Yeah, okay.
What do you call it? Soda? Pop? Coke?
There is no way I'm calling it soda.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you call it?
Coke.
Yeah, I was going to try to stop you there, but I knew what you, because that's how I've always called it.
So anything?
Whatever it is.
Anything? Sprite?
It could
Fanta?
Be, it could be a Mountain Dew.
Grape and
I'm
Coke?
calling it
Still Coke?
Coke, yeah.
Yeah.
That's some good branding by Coke.
That is. Yeah.
Like, what do you want? I want a Coke. No, I really want a Sprite, but give me a Coke. It's confusing. I called it soda growing up.
Oh, yeah.
Not pop. I think pop was like a middle Atlantic thing.
It's got to be, yeah.
That was too far up. Soda.
That's so foreign to me. Like
soda?
So yeah, just soda.
Calling everything a Coke is foreign to me.
Really?
Yeah.
Man.
Definitely so.
Yeah.
Well, I can see how it would be that.
Yeah.
Because, like, you go to a restaurant, and you're like, yeah, I'll have a Coke. What is this?
I wanted a root beer.
So Pepsi, you probably drink a lot of Pepsi versus Coke back in the...
No, I preferred Coke over Pepsi.
Did you?
Yep.
Pepsi has a sweeter taste.
Although sometimes after like a really, really hot round of golf, a Pepsi was always better.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know the best drink I ever had after, not golf, but we went to, this is really off topic, but I think that's kind of our MO. We were at the Masters. We were at Augusta National. It was hot as blazes. I was walking around my boss.
Blue blazes.
Yeah, blue blazes. Just so hot. And then one of the hospitality houses, the Magnolia Manor, which is very ironic because that's what Beth named our new house now that I'm thinking of that. Bobby Walker with Walker Sport, he owned this house and, you know, he let us come in and enjoy and all that stuff. And they had these ice cold Coronas and it was the best drink I ever had.
Yes,
after
sir.
being outside or at a golf course.
Absolutely.
If you're gonna have a Corona, it's got to be really cold.
Man, I want one now.
Lime or no lime?
Lime, 100%.
It's not even
Stick it in there, turn that thing
turn it
upside
upside down.
down.
Put your thumb on it. Hopefully your thumb's big enough. Otherwise,
Throw a
you're
little bit of
spraying.
salt on top of it. Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
We went from pecans to Coke to Corona.
Beer salt. There's actually such
There
a thing.
is. Yep, in that little bottle.
I guess the salt.
A lot of people put olives in their. Used to put them in their Bud Lights. They'd probably put them in their Miller Lights now. But you ever put olive in your beer?
No.
It's the same effect because they're very salty.
Ah.
Next time you have a nice cold draft, put some olives in there.
Okay.
You can do pimentos. You could do the garlic chunks, or you could do ones with pits. But if you do the one with the pits, make sure you don't eat them.
No, yeah. Would an olive fit through the bottleneck of a Corona?
I doubt it.
Yeah.
Probably a small one. But this is when you pour it into a pint glass.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, don't try to shove the olives into the can or the bottle.
I got you.
If you do it in a can, it would fit better.
That's true.
You can cut it a little bit and then drop a little piece in there. And
yeah.
Do you remember when they... I'm sorry.
No, go
Do you remember when they came out with the wide mouth soda cans? Sorry, Coke cans.
Yes.
No, call us. Let's stick with soda.
Okay, we'll run with soda.
Okay.
You remember that?
I do.
And now they're all that way.
Yes.
Could you imagine seeing a small mouth soda can?
You could barely stick a straw in it back in the day. Now, all
That's
of a
true.
sudden, somebody...
You put straws in your soda cans?
I mean, no, but
You did.
I was just analogizing.
Just be honest.
You
No,
used to have those
negative.
things back in the day where, like, you would screw the lid onto the aluminum can.
Yep.
What about peanuts in a
Coke?
Well,
in an actual
a glass
Coke
bottle of soda.
I've never done that, but
I
that
never
is
did
a
it either.
southern
Oh, you never
tradition.
done? Oh man, it's so good.
Is it?
I even like to do the honey roasted sometimes.
Ooh, mixing it up. Gotta have at least salted though. Can't be an unsalted,
Oh
right?
no, the heck?
Do people actually eat unsalted peanuts?
Of course, health nuts.
No pun intended.
We've gone through all of this and have not mentioned an RC Cola and a moon pie. Man, now that's a combination. RC Cola and a moon pie.
What flavor moon pie?
Is there
Got some nanners at the house right now.
Yeah, there you go.
You didn't know there was different flavors.
I did not. I thought it was just one.
When's the last time you had an RC Cola?
Oh man, recently in the last few months, but that's kind of become you can't find them very often, but yeah. It's a higher price cola now.
Really?
Yeah.
Didn't it used to be a more affordable cola?
It did, but yeah, now get them in a bottle, and it's like $7 for 6 of them or something. It's crazy.
Well, just about everything.
Well, that's true.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah.
I'm going to get back on track slightly here. The NCAA video game is officially coming out August 9th of 2024.
Ooh.
A year from yesterday.
Watch it end up being August 9th, 2025.
Yeah. Probably they'll keep kicking it down the road.
Shoot.
You excited?
I mean, I am. That would get me into a console.
You'd be back?
I'd be back.
That's the tipping point?
Yep.
They bring back NCAA? Because it's been since 2010 or something like that?
2014.
2014. God, feels like 2010. It's a long time ago.
I mean, yeah. Well, it was back in the day. I mean, even the Oklahoma Sooners, even the actual horse and the carriage would come out. You know,
wagon.
The wagon. Yeah. I mean, there's no telling what today.
You keep taking me to different places in my brain. Like right there, you know where I went when you said wagon and horses?
What?
David knows.
Wagon. To the 18th century?
No. Video games? Nothing? Wagon? Horses? You got it. You got it. You got it. Come on. You played it on the computer at school?
Oh, Oregon Trail.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, that's where my brain went when you were talking about that.
I thought you were going to say Red Dead Redemption.
That's too modern. That's too modern. I'm proud of you.
Very well in sync.
Yes, that was perfectly in sync. Harmony, one would say.
The Oregon Trail.
Yeah, the Oregon Trail.
Floppy disk.
Your oxen. You try to keep your oxen alive.
There you go. And I found out what amoebic dysentery meant.
Can you explain to us what amoebic dysentery?
Give it to us.
What?
Whatever that is.
Dysentery. It's like when
I need a moment.
Is it got to do with blood, baby? No. Amoeba?
You can't. Dysentery, like you can't. Your toxins.
You get like bacteria, like in your water.
I'm so lost at this point.
We're asking you to explain to us.
I need you to talk while I get my life together.
Okay, you can't. You
Keep
can't
it going. That's what I need you to do.
You can't. All right, I'm bringing this term back. You can't do.
Or does it make you do it more?
Or okay, maybe it does make you do it more. Yeah.
I think David's searching it up. I'll tell you after the break.
But you could. I mean that.
Oh man,
your people would get dysentery.
Yeah, it's a real life thing.
Yeah.
I feel like I could read this to you, but I don't know if we'd all understand it. But amoebic dysentery is caused by the protozoan parasite Entamoeba histolytica. Invasive intestinal parasitic infection can result in symptoms of fulminant dysentery, such as fever, chills, bloody or mucus, diarrhea, and abdominal discomfort.
Interesting.
That's like me trying to pronounce a baseball player's name. Same thing.
That's it.
All right, we'll bring us back in here. The Ohio State athletic director announces that he's going to retire on June 30th of next year.
Who is this?
The Ohio State athletic director.
Ooh.
What do you think? I personally think, he's resigning at the start of like when everything changes. You got all these new teams coming in the conferences. The college football playoff expands to 12 teams. It's kind of the tipping point. The start of next season is wild in the college football world.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's a lot going on, a lot of announcements right now, but none of that really gets set in stone until the 2024 season.
Yeah. He said the travel was just too much for him.
Yeah. He's like, I don't want to go all the way to Los Angeles.
No doubt.
No, he didn't. I'm being facetious.
I know
that. I was telling Jay.
You know, because he has to make his own travel and pay for his own stuff. But
that's right.
Thought that was interesting. I'll jump into this just because it's very. There's some good topics here to talk about. Probably more with David than you, but that's okay. So some brand new landing spots for the NFL's top trade targets. Obviously, once the preseason starts, you kind of see what some of your guys' injuries may happen. But it's known that Jonathan Taylor, some of these other high-profile people have requested trades or some different things that happen. So these are obviously hypothetical. What would certainly be interesting. The first one here, the Philadelphia Eagles receive defensive tackle Aaron Donald. The Rams get a 2024 first-round pick and a 2024 second-round pick. No? Too wild?
Well, just unfair to the rest of the league.
The Jalen Carter is apparently having a monster camp as well.
Jordan Davis is going to get better. I mean, golly, Hassan Reddick. Man, if they make that trade, the Philadelphia Eagles, if they don't win the Super Bowl, it's going to be because of big-time injuries. Yeah. If they get a guy like Aaron Donald, because I think he would fit into that culture. I mean, ruthless defensive line, getting after it. What offensive line is going to be able to stop those guys?
No, and you just have to completely scheme away from. It'd be a nightmare. Yeah, but I mean, he's pretty much lost it. The Rams only valuable person to trade at this point because obviously they're not going to get rid of Cooper Kupp. So he's talked about doing retirement. So something happens. The Rams are obviously not, a favorite by any means to win the NFC West. So interesting one, but that'd be brutal. They'd just be rotating guys in left and right. It'd be, I hate to say it because
they'd be able to stay fresh, like you said. I mean, of course, that would, as a 49ers fan, that's the last thing you want to see because you might as well just take Brock Purdy out the game if you play him.
Yeah.
Just roll with Sam Darnold or Trey Lance.
Yeah. Then they do play him in the regular season this year in Philadelphia.
Oh, man. That's going to be a good game.
Yeah. Wow. Ooh, that'd be a fun one to go to if you're a Philadelphia fan, because you'd hate to be another team fan going into that environment.
So the 49ers are headed to Philly?
Yep.
Okay.
It's the rematch.
Ooh.
Yes.
You and Caveman Rick should go.
I would need somebody from that neck of the woods for protection.
Would you wear San Francisco gear?
Yes.
Yeah.
I know I'd be terrified.
Yeah.
However, I would not wear San Francisco gear.
Yeah. What about instead of wearing a jersey? Do you feel like they're more apt to pick on you or to throw batteries at you or something like that? If you're wearing a jersey compared to a polo with a 49ers logo, which I believe you have.
I do. I got lots of gear. I would think so because it's more obvious. Yeah. And then you're obviously representing a player, so that gives you more of a target to talk about and talk smack for.
What's the San Francisco treat? Is that rice-a-roni? That's what I would throw. I would throw rice-a-roni at them, the San Francisco treat.
And they've got batteries? That's going to be a good one.
That's a fair fight.
I guess just don't cook the rice-a-roni, so at least it's got something.
Yeah, open your eyes up real big. Here comes the rice. But yeah, I mean... And you hear, Jalen Carter is the offensive linemen for Philadelphia are having to scheme against him in training camp just to slow him down from getting to the quarterback.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. Scary. Scary.
That is scary.
All right, Josh Jacobs to the New York Jets. They receive Josh Jacobs. The Raiders receive a 2024 third-round pick. Obviously, Josh Jacobs, he's still not under contract, right? He's outside. He hasn't
signed his franchise
and he hasn't reported to training camp yet or any of that particular stuff. So, obviously, the Breece Hall, he's not back yet. Hopefully, he'll start practicing in the next 2 or 3 weeks. So, running back situation, the Jets, is definitely could use a boost. And, again, these are just hypothetical trades with guys that are not happy in their, not that Aaron Donald's not happy in his situation. That's just one where he's getting towards that end of his career. Does he want to go try to win another Super Bowl? And can the Rams get a first and second round pick next year for him?
He's got to drink that Waleska or whatever you call it that Aaron Rodgers is having all
ayahuasca.
Ayahuasca. Waleska, ayahuasca, whatever it is. Yeah.
They love him, and they're he's eating it up in New York. It's so different, the culture. And all the players love him.
Yeah.
It's crazy the shift that's happened.
So you think they've got a good chemistry going?
Yeah, I think they've got a great chemistry going. Especially if I don't have HBO Max, so I can't watch Hard Knocks. But
right,
I don't think that the Jets would make a trade like this, spending a third-round pick after the offseason that we've had with running backs and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think that there's a lot of good things happening with Breece Hall right now. And what I mean by that is, if they were worried that he wasn't going to be able to go within the first 3 or 4 weeks of the season, I think they would already have Dalvin Cook inked up. So
yeah, that's true.
And to spend a third-round pick on someone that, I mean, don't get me wrong, Josh Jacobs is more than likely worth a third-round pick, but the way that running backs are being valued right now, I think that's exactly what it is going to stay is hypothetical.
Yeah, I mean, and if Breece Hall comes back, he's healthy, and he plays like he did before he got hurt last year, I mean, he's a stud. And I'm hoping he does really well because I got several Breece Hall rookie cards. Going to take a break, David? Nope. We probably do. Breaking news. Nope. No, I don't.
Matt Olson just tied with Shohei Ohtani, or just tied the MLB home run lead with Shohei Ohtani, and the Braves are leading right now 4-0.
Nice.
Oh, automatic.
That was his 40th home run?
Yeah.
4-0, 40th home run, Jay.
Wow.
We probably do have to take a break, too, because I think it's 12:20
They're
now.
pitching.
That clock's ahead now, Jay.
Is it?
It's crazy.
Oh.
It's like the Twilight.
The sun's got to work it on.
Yeah,
What?
the sun. It's so hot.
They walked Olsen 2 times.
Yeah, so he didn't hit it stopped at 11.
Still the record, though.
Yeah, still the record.
Yeah.
But stopped at 11.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, oh, well. But you're listening to the Inside Drive. I want to finish this list when we get back, and we'll talk about some futures betting and some different things. You're listening to the Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida presents the Blasted Bay Point.
We've got Bobby on the line to answer this question, playing high-low. Earthworks sold how many bags of mulch Saturday from 9 a.m. to 12 noon? What do you got for us, Bobby?
Going with 53.
That
Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
Keep listening to Win on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good afternoon. This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida. The rest of the day, a likelihood of thunderstorms and mostly sunshine, and a temperature of 90 with a 10 to 15 miles per hour wind out of the west-southwest. Mostly clear skies tonight and quite warm near 84. A variety of some sun and possible thunderstorms, and 90 tomorrow. This is your Thursday's weather brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
PCB Hobby, the beach's premier hobby store for sports cards, comics, coins, and trading card games. PCB Hobby carries the largest selection of boxes and packs from the latest releases of brands like Topps, Panini, Leaf, and more. Looking for a specific player or team? PCB Hobby has a wide assortment of raw and graded cards. They carry parallel rookie, game used, and autographed cards in both modern and vintage. Have a collection you want to sell? We buy, sell, and trade. PCB Hobby on Back Beach Road, just east of Florida Linen. Call 850-320-8388.
If this were a Reese's TV ad, you'd be staring at a Reese's peanut butter cup. And sure, my voice is peanut buttery smooth, but still, you need to see the peanut butter cups, right? No? I can really just say Reese's and you'll go get some? Okay, Reese's. 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 Really working, actually. Reese's. Reese's. I'm on to something. Reese's. 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 Reese's.
Back to the Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey from the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine Outdoor Studios.
It's alive! Look alive! We're alive!
On ESPN Northwest Florida.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Sitting inside the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine and Outdoor Studios. Don't forget, if you need to get your boat back out on the water, it is still, it's still summertime. It's still summertime until September 21st, technically. True. But now that school's back and, all the kids are back, and if you're riding the buses, you're driving out there, be safe.
Yeah.
You got nervous there because you thought I was going to tee you up to play your song here, but we're running out of time. We only got 35 minutes left to go. Well, technically, we only got like 32 minutes left to go.
The vibe just changes when the kids get back in school, doesn't it? It's just a whole different
I feel
vibe.
like everything kind of settles in.
Yeah, is that because we have kids in school? Or
I guess.
I don't know.
because I can't tell the difference.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
David's like, I don't know. It's the same day. It's just hot.
Right.
Yeah, amen, brother.
But yeah.
And summer lasts till like the middle of November around here.
Yeah,
and then we get spring.
Yeah. The November is just a beautiful month,
Isn't
especially
it,
to
though?
play golf.
Absolutely.
It is. Football, golf, cornhole.
All the
The
above.
smell of like that time of the year too is unmatched. But summer has its own smell too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Especially in New Orleans.
True. God, if we could talk about my New Orleans trip. Good gracious.
We can't?
No, not on the air.
No.
No, not
There was something we were going to talk about the other day that you were like, I can't talk about that on the air. And I was like, yeah, you can. We might have talked about it, though.
We did, but
that's probably the safe thing you should say. We did talk about it.
We did, yes. Yeah.
But anyway, if you need to get your boat back out on the water, go visit Kramer Marine and Outdoor. They got a Yamaha Master Certified mechanic on staff. They're a Yamaha outboard full-line dealer, as well as Suzuki outboard dealer, selling Sundance, Spider, Skeeter, and the first one I missed, Seaborn boats. You can check out all that new and used inventory at KramerMarineandOutdoor.com. Jumping right back into this topic of people that aren't free agents. These are people under contract on the teams that might be valuable of trading. This next one will be fun to kind of talk about. It's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers receive quarterback Trey Lance from the San Francisco 49ers in exchange for a 2024 third round and 2024 fourth round pick. What do you think about that one there, Jay-Bird?
I'll pass over to David.
Come on, you can't. Just give us something.
What?
Do you know who Trey Lance is?
No.
Okay.
Who's making the trade?
The Niners trading Trey Lance to the Bucs in exchange for a 2024 third and fourth round pick.
Ooh,
we talked about the sad situation in Tampa Bay right now with Baker Mayfield and Kyle Trask.
Mm-hmm.
Now I know Florida fans will say that Kyle Trask is the savior of the Bucs and all that stuff, but
I don't think he's the savior of the Bucs. Maybe Buccaneers fans are feeling that way. I don't think it's going to be. I think Baker Mayfield starts the show over there. I can't see a team trading for a guy that you haven't seen anything
unproven
from with a third and a fourth round pick, and you have no idea because is he even worth that?
Yeah.
I mean, is he even worth a fourth on its own? That's my thing. If he was proven, sure, but the fact of the matter is he played a game and a half, a game and a quarter last year, and that was all she wrote.
Now, I mean, he's obviously going to get a lot of action in the preseason. It's the preseason.
That's true.
What if he comes out and, looks pretty decent and all that stuff? Does he have any value? And that's the big topic is Trey Lance. What kind of trade value does he actually have? But a team like Tampa Bay, I mean, you already know what you got in Baker Mayfield. Kyle Trask, was behind Tom Brady. You don't really know what you have with him yet. But if you took Trey Lance and Kyle Trask and put them next to each other, who are you going to go with?
Kyle Trask.
There you go.
Gotcha.
There's David's answer.
Now, Trask, when was he at Florida?
This is his third season.
But he's been kind of bounced around quite a bit in the last couple.
No, he's only been on the Bucs.
Oh, okay.
Yep, but he hasn't played.
He was behind Tom Brady, so.
Yeah, TB12.
Well, and I want to ask you guys this, out of the 32, there's 32 NFL teams, right?
Correct.
So who would be considered the most weakest coming into week one? I mean, just randomly.
The Arizona Cardinals.
The Cardinals?
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
That was
Easy.
quick.
Yeah.
That was really quick.
It's a great answer because who would you say the second weakest team is?
Ooh, that's a
where
little
it gets
bit,
a little tougher. Yeah,
that's where it gets a little bit more cloudy.
Because I think you could throw teams out there like the Raiders, possibly. Could be. I don't think they will be. But if Jimmy G goes down, who knows who's going to be throwing the ball? Is it Aiden O'Connell to Devontae Adams? I think you can throw in the Texans and the Colts could vie for that, but I think both of those teams are in better position than they were last year. I mean, it's so easy to say the Cardinals, but then when you get into the second worst team, there's competition, there's parity around the rest of the league.
How do you feel about the Patriots?
I feel like that. They're going to be like a 7-10.
Yeah.
Maybe better than that. I mean, here's the thing: we can't go off of the Patriots from last year because they had Matt Patricia, a defensive coordinator,
Bill
managing
O'Brien's
the offense. Now you got Bill O'Brien, who's got some chemistry with Mac Jones, so Bill can kind of focus on the defense. They spent a lot of money on the defense last year, didn't really see the results that they wanted, and Ramondre Stevenson can kind of take that extra step this year, which I mean could totally happen. The Patriots could, be one of those obstacles for the Jets, the Bills, and the Dolphins in the AFC East.
So Colts, Texans, Cardinals, that's kind of your bottom three.
I would say the Cardinals are on a level of their own when it comes to the worst.
Now, looking into fantasy draft moving forward, is that somebody where you pick the kicker? Would you pick a kicker from those teams?
If they get close enough to kick, yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
Kicker's important. Yeah. Very important, especially in our leagues.
Okay.
They can make or break.
Gotcha.
Our scoring, especially in ours at Bay Point. I get a little more love to the kickers.
Yeah.
That way it makes it a little more important.
Yeah.
What do you do extra for the kickers?
Just the point value is just a little bit higher. They average like 10 to 11 for our teams, which can be the make or break of a victory.
How much do they get? One for extra point?
Yeah, one for extra point, and then I adjusted the scale a little bit as far as
Lose a point for missed extra points or missed kicks?
Yep.
Good. I love
Full
that.
point, yep.
Yep, same way. We do it, I think it's like if it's a 20 to 30 yarder, it's 2 points, 30 to 40 is 3 points, 40 to 50 is 4, 50 and above is 5, and 60 is 6. But how rare are you getting?
I think I did for the 50 and above, I think I changed it to 6, just to give a little extra pop there.
Right.
But yeah, but kickers, yeah. When do you take a kick? That's the age-old question. So you're talking about these teams. Let's jump into the odds to win each division. We'll start with that AFC East that we were talking about. Who do you think's the? You got the Bills, the Jets, the Dolphins, and the Patriots. Who do you think's the favorite to win that division right now?
I'll go Bills.
Yeah, correct. Right now, according to I don't know, that might be BetMGM, plus 130 for the Bills. And then who do you think's next? Jets, Dolphins, or Patriots?
Let's go Jets.
Correct, plus 270. Okay. Not too far off there. And then the Miami Dolphins are third at plus 300, right behind the Jets. And then you've got the New England Patriots have the highest or worst, however you want to say it, worst odds to win that division at plus 900. So still pretty close on the overall. We'll stay in the AFC. We'll go to the AFC North. That's the Steelers, the Ravens, the Browns, and the Bengals. This is probably one of the closest divisions out there. Who do you think's the favorite right now to win that division?
I'm going to flip all the way back around, go with the Bengals, who you said last. The Bengals? Maybe? No?
Yeah, Bengals are first. Yep,
okay.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Absolutely.
Man, I'm on a roll.
You are doing good. All right, who's second in that one?
Let's see. Who are my other ones?
The Ravens, the Browns, or the Steelers? I think this is probably the closest division.
Let's go Ravens.
Nice. Plus 235. Look at Jay.
Jeez.
You are an NFL fan. Yeah. Why'd you choose the Ravens?
Because, the Steelers and the Browns, I don't know. The Steelers, they're
on the up and up.
They are on the up and up.
Big time. They got some good receivers, and Kenny Pickett's coming into a big year coming up in his second year here. Showed some signs of greatness. But yeah, the Browns are actually third in that division.
Oh, see, I would have
plus 400.
Okay,
and then the Steelers plus 550.
Gotcha.
So still at plus 5. I mean, that's seriously close from a betting standpoint.
Yeah.
On who you're particularly trying to do there.
We actually did a little preview of this division yesterday, and I did. I had the Bengals winning it. Steelers finishing second because I think I just can't trust Lamar to stay healthy yet. And if he does, then the Ravens will finish second. But Ravens finished in third, and then the Browns hold on to that fourth spot in the division.
Yeah, but I mean, you've got some good quarterbacking in that division. You've got, you obviously got Joe Burrow. You've got Lamar Jackson, who's back. You've got Deshaun Watson, if he can try to be like himself as old and play a little better. And then Kenny Pickett, had a good rookie year, and I think he's going to have a really good year this year. So, but yeah, we have a caller on the line? All right, Travis, you out there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, what you got for us, buddy?
Okay, so I don't know if that guy from yesterday, Brian, is listening. But if he is, I have a little friendly wager for him. So I don't really bet money because money's hard enough to come by. I don't want to bet it away. But I will bet something to where, like, we have to call in and, say something crazy about the other team, how big of a fan they are of the other team. If he's up to it. Now, I don't know if he'll be up to it, but...
And what is it for? Who finishes higher in the division? Or who wins the division?
For who takes the division.
No. You said that the Saints are going to sweep the Falcons, too.
That's right.
Yeah, but...
All right, so that's spot. No. And instead of doing this call-in crazy stuff or whatever, one of y'all will come up here when Ryan designates the time for y'all and take a pie in the face.
I like it.
Oh.
I got it. I'll do that.
All right, I'll reach out to Brian and make it happen.
But not the sweep, though, because anything can happen. The division, yes. I agree with anything can happen in the division. I will take the sweep, but not for the pie in the face.
We'll just have to see if Brian's got to agree to the bet.
Yeah, if he agrees to the division, we'll go with that. But if we have to parlay with the sweep, then we'll figure out something else.
All right. But I will say, what I'm thinking is the only thing the Falcons are going to be fighting for is last place with Bucks.
Well, let's jump right into that. We know we talked a little bit about yesterday, but the old NFC South is very close as well. Buccaneers are a little bit of an outlier, but the Saints currently plus 130 to win the division. The Atlanta Falcons plus 230 to win the division, so very close there. Carolina Panthers not too far back at plus 400 to win the division, and then last but not least, you've got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at plus 800.
Ooh.
I will take that bet. That's a bet right there I would go with.
All right.
And the reason I say not the sweeps because I've seen anything happen, and people get injured and stuff like that in certain games. But I still will verbally take the sweep, 100%.
There you go.
All right.
Perfect. Well, thank you, Travis, very much. We'll get Brian on the horn at some point, and we'll make that bet happen. Pie in the face right here in the studio.
Sounds good.
All right, thanks, Travis, for the call. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank y'all.
Jay, what kind of pie?
Just whipped cream.
What?
Whipped cream.
We can have a pie to eat or something, but I like that idea because I have to clean the.
Nah, we'll help. Jay will clean it up. We'll be good. We'll do it. It'll be a group effort.
So who's pieing who?
We got Brian and we got Travis.
Okay.
And if Brian's got to agree to the bet, but Brian would have according to Travis, it would be whoever wins the division
gets to pie the other.
Now, what happens if the Panthers win the division?
Y'all get to pie
both of them.
Both of them.
Yes.
If the Panthers
and if the Bucks win the division, then
we'll all take a pie to the
Yeah, there you go. We'll just throw up a huge pie and I'll go underneath it. But yeah, where'd we leave off there? We've got the AFC East, the AFC North, the AFC South. I think that's you're getting to a couple now where you see there's definitely a pretty significant favorite, and I think this is one of them just because there's a lot of question marks with quarterbacks on the rest of the team. Not necessarily Ryan Tannehill, but they're definitely question marks when it comes to it. AFC South, you got the Colts, the Titans, the Texans, and the Jags. Who you got winning the division, or who do you think has got the best odds to win the division?
I don't have a lot of details to back this up, but I do hear a lot of rumbling about the Jaguars.
Yeah. See, you are paying attention to something. Yes, the Jags are actually minus 155 to win that division.
All right.
I agree with Keith when he was talking about this. I think Trevor Lawrence is going to have a monster year. The Calvin Ridley, the addition of him coming back, Travis Etienne, their defense is good. And it's cool. It's cool for Jacksonville. They got the new stadium stuff in the talks, in the works, and I'm excited.
Are they backed by Saudi money? Is that no? They're not.
There's no NFL teams that are backed by Saudi.
I got you.
There's a clause and all that.
I gotta see where that's coming from.
I didn't know. I was just curious.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
No, there's no. I say this loosely. I don't think there is any American franchises owned by PIF money.
Okay.
However, there's two potential expansion teams in baseball, but there's been rumors that Saudis may try to. The league would have to allow that kind of stuff.
Gotcha.
But people have done stranger stuff for money.
Yep.
So
it's true.
But yeah, Jaguars minus 155. I'm excited. We're going to that Niners-Jags game, which I think is going to be a really good game.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people from this neck of the woods that'll be heading to that one, so that'll be a good time, a lot of fun. Tennessee Titans second at plus 350. Who do you think's third, the Colts or the Texans?
Let's go. We were just talking about that's a toss-up. Let's go Texans.
Yep, Colts. Colts
okay.
plus 700. And I'm guessing that's probably a little bit having to do with defense and then the running game situation, probably. I don't know.
No, sure, quarterback over there. So, with the Texans, they're rebuilding everything, right?
Yep.
You got brand new coaches for both these franchises.
Both teams, yep.
One, though, is D'Amico Ryans, who great track record over there with San
Fantastic
Francisco.
defensive coach.
But what have we seen from recently, defensively minded head coaches? So the Colts got Shane Steichen out of the Philadelphia Eagles OC last year. So I think that gives them kind of that leg up there. Then you're both looking at rookie quarterbacks. The Texans, run defense last year was atrocious. And that's what I think has the Colts above. And the Colts might not even be using Anthony Richardson to start the year. It could be Gardner Minshew. So that
he's right. He's number one on their most released depth chart right now. That's for sure. But yeah, going to hit one more real quick.
Well, real quick though, I just want to say about those Titans. I'm going into the season right now thinking that the Jaguars are going to win the AFC South, and I think Trevor Lawrence is going to have a huge year. If the offensive line for those Tennessee Titans is 50% better than what it was last year, with some new names, and DeAndre Hopkins and Treylon Burks can have some escapability, especially when the box has got 8 hats in it, then I think you could see the Tennessee Titans vying for the AFC South. But I will still say that I'll agree with everyone that says the favorites is the Jaguars. I'm with you on that.
Well, it's going to come down to the 2 games they play each other.
Yeah.
Okay, because both of those teams should beat the Colts and should beat the Texans in the 2 matchups they play. So that'll really determine the Jags-Titan game. Would be a fun one to go to, the second one of the season.
And good for the
I was
Jags.
gonna go to that one last year, man.
Oh, man.
And it's it's January 7th again, so that's is that week 18 again?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yep. Final week of the season.
Let's go. Another playoff game to get into the playoffs, possibly.
Yeah, it very well could be, which is exciting. That's what you want. You want some of that parity.
Heck yeah.
You definitely want some of that parity. All right, we got about 5 divisions to go. We'll hit them up when we get back from this break. You are listening to the Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida. We're taking the Inside Drive.
Trade deadline ended last night. David, obviously one of the big topics was the Mets and their huge dump of, they had the highest payroll, more than $80 million, the next team out there, and they were due to pay over $100 million in that luxury tax.
Join Ryan Mulvey.
Thank you very little.
Middays 11 to 1 on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hi folks, it's Tracy with Tracy's Fine Jewelry and Coin and Bullion Reserves. Did you know that we do more than just sell some of the finest jewelry in town? We can engrave on your wedding band, locket, Yeti cup, or almost anything. Need your watch battery changed? We can do that too. Our expert will even evaluate your coin collection. And of course, we always pay top dollar for your old gold and silver jewelry. See, there's a lot more to Tracy's Fine Jewelry than a lot of pretty sparkly things. Come and see us today at Tracy's Fine Jewelry.
Take your next adventure in an eco-friendly all-electric Kia EV6 that gives you the movement that inspires. You can live fully charged while saving now and down the road on fuel costs. Schedule a test drive today and explore the electrified Kia vehicles at Bill Burr Kia. You have to drive it to believe it. Now offering $7,500 EV lease bonus when you lease a new 2023 Kia EV6 wind electric all-wheel drive for 36 months. You'll get the perfect balance of comfort, safety, and technology with a performance that minimizes the impact of our environment. Bill Burr Kia is the home of the 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. See us today at 2435 East 15th Street or BillBurrKia@PanamaCity.com. We make it easy to switch to EV ownership and give you the peace of mind you can trust. Close-in lease based on a new 2023 Kia EV6, model number N5452. No security deposit required. $7,500 EV lease bonus not available for cash. Subject to credit approval, dealer participation, and vehicle availability. $49.99 due at signing for well-qualified leases. See dealer for complete details. The 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty is a Bill Burr Kia warranty. Must take delivery from dealer stock through 9/5/23. We're starting fresh.
Fresh new start. Locally sourced, Farm to Radio. The Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey is live and local. From the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine Outdoor Studios. On ESPN Northwest Florida.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida, inside the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine and Outdoor Studios. David, what's up with the pig? I always forget to ask that oink when it comes in. On those sounders. Do you have any idea?
Nope.
Okay. I didn't know the rhyme or reason.
I like it.
Apparently there is one.
Yeah.
I like it too. Since David gave us that last Braves update when they were 4-0, it is now 4-3. The Pirates trying to make a little comeback there. Top of the fourth, Braves are at bat. But like you said, Olsen tied Shohei for the record, which is pretty cool.
Anytime I see the Braves and the Pirates play, it always reminds me of the Sid Bream. Yeah, the old Sid Bream come around third base, and man, what a great man. That was unbelievable.
It's a scrappy little bunch, though, ain't it?
Yeah.
It's the first time we played the Pirates all year, and you look at every single game that we've played in this series, and it's like Braves jump out or the Pirates jump out, and then it's a battle back and forth, and I don't think you can ask much more from A, the Pirates, but B, baseball in general.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
100%. Yeah. Bryce Elder still on the mound, which is good. Hopefully, he can get a little bit more innings out of that. And Jay, let's finish off these divisions here real quick. You've been doing pretty well, and I'm very impressed so far. We'll go
that Mountain Dew, baby.
It is.
That's what it is.
Soda, that Coke.
Yes, sir.
Odds to win the AFC West. This one's a little more top-sided, not necessarily, but you've got one big-time outlier in this one. And I think David was probably right earlier talking about the Raiders maybe being the second worst team. I don't know.
Okay.
Anyway, all right. Obviously, AFC West, you've got the Broncos, the Raiders, the Chargers, and the Chiefs. Who do you think's favored to win that division?
Let's go. You got to go Chiefs.
Yeah, minus 160 currently on BetMGM. Who do you think's second in that one?
Chargers?
Yeah, there you go. Plus 340 on DraftKings Bet. And then I've already said the Raiders are the biggest underdog in this one at plus 1,700.
Jeez.
And then the Denver Broncos at plus 600. So pretty big gap between the Chiefs and the Broncos. I think there's just a lot of unanswered questions when it comes to the Broncos. How good is Russell Wilson going to be? How good is Sean Payton going to? Is he actually going to turn this team around?
Right.
Be interesting to see where we stand, halfway through the season and how much this lined up to where the division leaders are and all that stuff. All right, let's jump over to the NFC East. A little surprising on this one. They're a little more spread than I thought. But you got the Cowboys, the Giants, the Commanders, and the Eagles. You should know the number one.
Yeah, the Eagles.
Correct.
Yeah.
Minus 110 right now.
Yeah.
Number two, who do you think? You got the Cowboys, the Commanders, or the Giants?
Giants?
Nope. Dallas Cowboys at plus 190. I think it's a little closer than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Between the Eagles and the Cowboys, but it's just like everybody. There's a lot of hope before each season when it comes to the Cowboys.
Oh, 100%.
It's their year.
I know that the Eagles went there last year, or went to the Super Bowl last year, won the division last year, and had an excellent offseason and draft.
Yep.
But it's so hard to duplicate success in this league.
I think it's 17 years in a row. Close to that.
Jeez.
That whoever the quarterback was on the losing team of the Super Bowl has not been back to the Super Bowl.
In their career, right?
Yeah, ever. Yep. But now Jalen Hurts went to his first ever Super Bowl last year, so he could break that mold. But
I think Jalen Hurts and Joe Burrow will both break that mold.
Yeah, he's an Eagles Bengals Super Bowl guy, which
could be.
Oh no, I'm not saying necessarily this year. I'm just saying within their career.
They'll get back.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm waiting until we get like a week out. Let me watch a little preseason, and I'll come with who I think at this point would be in the Super Bowl. Last year it was Packers-Chargers, so ask me how that worked out.
Hey, it was close.
Well, I had the Packers, but I had the Vikings winning the North, but the Packers would make it further because they would have that chip on their shoulder, and they almost snuck into the playoffs.
Almost,
too.
yeah.
And then for me, the Chargers, I just think I think very highly of Herbert, and if they were to put a defense behind him, if Bosa could stay healthy, and also, of course, the wide receivers there of Mike Williams and Keenan Allen.
Yeah, that were hurt like the entire year.
Right. Never on the field together.
Yeah, I took Keenan Allen early in our draft, and that did not pay off very well. But yeah, Jalen Hurts, obviously, that he's not in this conversation yet, but Joe Burrow, Jimmy Garoppolo, Jared Goff, Matt Ryan, Cam Newton, Colin Kaepernick, Rex Grossman, Matt Hasselbeck, Donovan McNabb, Jake Delhomme, Rich Gannon, Kerry Collins, Steve McNair, Chris Chandler, Drew Bledsoe, Neil O'Donnell, and Stan Humphries. The last
Neil O'Donnell didn't make it back?
Nah, not according to this.
I was just kidding. I don't even know who that is.
Yeah, he was on Pittsburgh.
Okay.
I think he was right before Big Ben.
Gotcha.
And that's a list of what now?
They were the last 17 quarterbacks to lose their Super Bowl debut, but hadn't made it back. Not 17 years, because there's been and Brady winning all those Super Bowls. But yeah, tough to get back after you make it there and lose. But Jimmy will probably never be back. Jimmy G.
You don't think so?
No. What team's he gonna be on to do it? Not the Raiders.
Yeah.
You never know. All right, so we did the NFC. Oh, did we finish the NFC East? Cowboys were number 2. Who do you think, Giants or Commanders for 3?
Giants.
Good answer.
Yeah.
Plus 850, and the Commanders are plus 1,600 to win that particular division. So tight at the top, and then a little spread out between the Giants and the Commanders. I don't think the Giants are getting enough love in that particular division. I think they could beat the Eagles or the Cowboys. They could split both of those series.
Oh, they absolutely could. But if you're putting odds on it, like
you
that,
got to take if some butts are not in odds.
And it's not like the Dallas Cowboys just get so much flack for how their fans are, how Dakota's. We're going to be there. We're going to be there. Super Bowl champions. All of that good stuff. But of course, they do have a good team.
Oh yeah, they got a fantastic team,
and so they're more than likely going to be second there. But hey, what the Giants did last year, they built upon that. You know that the wide receiver room, or at least it seems to be better than what it was last year. Saquon's going to have that chip on his shoulder, or. I think he will. He's got the deal or whatever, but he's still looking for another deal. So I think that everything worked out well for the Giants.
All the running backs that are not getting paid as much as I think they should with the values and all that stuff. I don't think you go as hard. You're trying to not make a name for yourself, but prove why you should get paid. So I think some of these guys, if Josh Jacobs ever signs, and I don't know what's going to happen with Jonathan Taylor, but Saquon, who did sign, I think he needs to have a monster year in order to kind of get past that hump. But closest division right now with the odds to win, that's the NFC North. That's going to be your Bears, your Packers, your Giants, and your Lions. What do you think, Jay?
Packers. We hadn't talked about the Packers much.
It's because their quarterback's Jordan Love.
There you go.
A lot of question marks.
Yeah.
A lot of question marks. He's been in the league for a while. Just hadn't been a starter. All right, so who do you think is going to win the division? It's not the Packers.
Bears.
Nope, not the Bears. You were doing so good. Campbell, the coach.
Keep going.
Detroit Lions.
Oh, the Lions.
Yes.
Okay, I got it.
They've got them favored?
Yeah, plus 145.
Good for them.
Yep.
The Vikings can only be not even plus 200 then.
Plus 300.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
I'm already thinking about the NFC West. We hadn't got to the NFC West yet.
No, I'm saving the best for last.
I kind of thought you were. Yeah.
But the NFC West has probably got the biggest gap out of any the top two and the bottom two teams. But yeah, Lions at plus 145, Vikings at plus 300, the Packers at plus 400, and then the Chicago Bears right there behind them at plus 430. So really less than a 300 difference, a plus 300 difference between your top team and your bottom. That division just got really close.
I think it's going to be a fun division to keep your eye on because for sure Vikings and Lions up there at the top, but then we don't have any idea about what we're going to see from Jordan Love being the guy, not having Aaron Rodgers and all of that. We haven't heard nothing about the Packers essentially outside of a joint practice brawl with the Bengals.
Yep.
Which is good for teams, I think.
Yeah.
Great for Jordan Love. So this could be,
if there's no pressure on this kid at all.
Well, there is,
but the media isn't creating.
Nowhere near as what the pressure was when Aaron Rodgers was still there. And is it time to play Jordan Love? Is it time for this? Now he kind of, like you said, just gets to coast a little bit.
Yeah. We've already talked about the NFC South. The Saints are favored plus 300. Falcons right behind them at plus 230. Panthers at plus 400, and the Bucks the what's the opposite of favorite? The underdog?
Yeah.
The underdog in that division, when you're talking about divisions, plus 800. Now, the NFC West, who's favored to win? Oh, I'll tell you the teams. The Cardinals, the Rams, the Niners, and the Seahawks. Who's favored?
I'm going to say the Niners.
Yep, they're plus or minus 160.
Okay.
Them and the Chiefs, and then the Jags are pretty close to that.
Cool. I was going to ask you, which is the most...
Yeah, the biggest favorite in the division. The Jags are at minus 155. The Chiefs are 160. The Eagles are minus 110. And then the Niners are minus 160. Who do you think's next?
The Seahawks.
Correct. Which this is you got a huge drop off between the top two and the bottom two as far as odds are concerned. Seahawks are plus 230.
Okay,
that's not a bad bet right there. Seahawks got really good receiving core. Their defense has gotten better. Their running backs are a little banged up right now. But if Geno Smith plays anywhere near like he played last year, it's just going to run through San Francisco, though. They're going to have to beat San Francisco twice probably to win that division.
And you said Minnesota was plus 300?
Minnesota is plus 300, correct.
Yeah, that might be the safest bet out of all of them to an extent.
Yeah, right now. Yeah, that's why I want to talk about these futures, because this is the time to be getting your future bets in. See, we're what, 3 weeks from the start of the season? 4 weeks from the start of the season today. Right? 28 days.
It's going to be September 7th.
Yeah,
So.
and it's Thursday. Today is Thursday.
Who's coaching the Seahawks now? Is it still
old
Carroll?
Pete? Yep.
Yeah.
Old Pistol Pete. Yep. All right. So the Rams are at plus 1,000 and the Cardinals are at plus 27,000.
27,000?
I mean 2,700. Sorry.
2,700.
Yeah.
But they might just go put a penny on that.
No kidding. Yeah,
if you
right?
could.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yep. Some cool futures that I wanted to say. Obviously, you've got, your favorite to make the playoffs is the Kansas City Chiefs. This is all DraftKings or FanDuel Sportsbook odds. Kansas City Chiefs are minus 500 to make the playoffs. Niners are minus 430. Eagles are minus 400. Then the Bills, the Cowboys, the Jags, the Saints, and the Ravens are all somewhere between minus 250 and 150 to do that. This is a fun one. Any regular season teams go 0-17. No, minus 1,667. Yes, plus 1,300. Not even the Cardinals?
No, because Kyler Murray will come back at some point and probably luck into a game.
Yeah, I was going to say luck into a game. What do you think, Jay? Anybody goes 0-17?
I don't know. How's the draft work again? Do you still get first pick? That doesn't work anymore.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, like the NFL draft.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Is it still that way?
There's no lottery. If you're the worst team, you get the best pick. Unless you've traded that pick to somebody in a future one.
Kind of do want to see a team go 0-17.
What's crazy is the Lions were just doing that not that long ago, and now they're favored to win the division.
Wow.
So you can turn your franchise around fairly quickly.
When's the last time? Well, I guess, I'm asking questions I should.
No.
Yeah, but
and then,
I would like to know.
On the flip side of that, any team goes 17-0. No is minus 2,500. Yes is plus 1,800. You see a team going 17-0?
The Cardinals.
Yeah, you can hedge your bet on the other side.
The Dolphins did it in 72, right?
Yeah.
No.
The last time a team went
17-0.
Yeah, because there wasn't as
in
many
the regular
games.
season.
Yeah.
They probably went 17-0 total.
Yeah. Because
I don't think
the Patriots went 16-0 in the regular season and then lost the Super Bowl.
18-1 or something.
Gotcha. So it hasn't been done since the Dolphins.
The only team to ever do that.
To sweep the entire season.
Wow.
That's why it's plus 1,800.
Yeah, I say it doesn't happen again this year.
Yeah, there you go. Fair to say. Comeback player of the year. I know we only got about a minute left. Is it DeMar Hamlin's to lose? He's minus 285 to win comeback player of the year. Tua Tagovailoa plus 2,000. Breece Hall plus 2,500. Lamar Jackson might not be a bad one to put a couple bucks on at plus 2,500. Because what if DeMar Hamlin doesn't even play a whole lot?
That was my thing.
I didn't even know if he was going to make the roster.
He's like a shoo-in to win it, but it stinks though because if Tua comes out and leads the Dolphins to first seed or number one seed in the AFC, and it's the quarterback obviously did a lot more than DeMar Hamlin, but the story with DeMar Hamlin is so huge. So there's that. But if DeMar Hamlin's going to win it, he better be playing 75% of the snaps or something.
Yeah, 100% agree. That's a topic we could certainly debate. But it is that time, Jay. It is the end of the show. Make sure you tune in the afternoon underdogs this afternoon from 4 to 6 p.m. And tomorrow we'll have Jay Chapman in studio. So better tune in because it's going to be another fun one. It's been a fun week, Jay. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
It's the PCB Hobby Takeover with Todd. Mondays at 5:20 on ESPN Northwest Florida.
That is a very high-end card and very rare.
Todd talks about coins,